lady who designed these costumes, she's won 3 Oscars. 3 Oscars, the costume designer. The guy who took the photographs won 3 big awards as well. So this is not small time. This is as big as it gets. So I just wanted to share that little info with you. We can get back to the press conference now, if that's all right.
Delivery system. It's all well and good having a big punch, but you need to be able to land it. So is that delivery system ready?
That we are working on the delivery system, and if you look, if you've been watching my training, you will see that we have one of the best guys in the world that ever lived, that ever done this in the camp, in the man of Mike Tyson. I think if you're talking about delivery system, you can go any bigger than that, you know. So yes, we are working on the delivery system because it's a very important element for me in this fight. I heard people said, "Oh, he has the biggest puncher. He has a punch. He punch hard." But if you can punch somebody, your punch is worthless. And I really intend to make my punch useful. You understand? So that's why I'm working on the delivery system. I mean, don't be a fool. I know this is a big challenge for me, and I'm working very hard to put myself in the best position because no many fighter, even great as they were, didn't have this opportunity in their lifetime, in their career, to be sitting in this position, have a fight in this magnitude, you know. And again, that's why, like, sometimes I wake up in the night, I'm like, hey man, I'm tripping. Like, is it real? Like, then I walk around, I look and stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not dreaming. This is real. So, and all that because of Your Excellency up there, which I want to thank as well for putting this show bigger than a fight, a cultural event that we're going to be part of and make history out of it. And I'm going to fight the best boxer in the world for my first boxing fight. And I always ask myself, like, what will happen at the moment that guy hit the floor and doesn't stand up? Like, are you the best boxer in the world now? Like, what would that be? I mean, if you take out the number one, you're the number one, right? I think so. 4 years ago, exactly 4 years ago, I met Mike Tyson for the very first time. And for many of you that know me, know that Mike Tyson, for me, is the best that I've ever done this. And in our conversation, one thing that I precisely request from Mike Tyson was whenever I fight Tyson Fury, would he be in my corner? And at that time, everybody was looking at me as a fool to even thinking of fighting Tyson Fury. And today, it's happening. So from the moment that he get announced.
Yo, what is happening, people? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, press the support, and it's your host, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. Now, give me a second while I sort out this shit over here. Give me a minute. But anyway, guys, as you know, we are in the entertainment business. Boxing is not only for hardcore boxing anymore. From when the days of Muhammad Ali was fighting a kickboxer and the days of Mayweather fighting Conor McGregor, the crossover has always been the biggest entertainment in the industry of sports. And this is why Tyson Fury is fighting Francis Ngannou. And at the end of the day, Tyson Fury is going to get life-changing money, crazy amounts of money. And so is this MMA UFC Ngannou. But bro, this thing is a little bit cringe. It's a little bit weird, isn't it? Come on, bruv. It is a bit weird. Every time they do the crossover, yeah? It still is. I understand it's entertainment. Come on, who don't like a bit of fun in games? You know what I'm saying? We all like a bit of entertainment. But bro, the shit is weird. The press conference is kind of weird as well. I mean, here you got the MMA guy who's juiced up. He's got every fucking steroid in his ass, probably, that Ngannou guy. Yeah? And let's not forget, he's getting fucking juiced up by Mike Tyson in the brain. Mike Tyson's making some money training this fucking MMA guy. But this is really mockery of just entertainment, really. That's it. And this is where the Saudi Arabians are putting up big amounts of money. Enough of that oil money, right? A lot of oil money going in there to get washed. And we know that the Saudi Arabians are putting up loads and loads of money for this kind of events. So look, bro, we're going to watch it. You can sit back and say what you want. We're going to watch it. We're all going to watch it. Every single one of us are still going to watch. But really, what is supposed to fucking... All right, I understand the Saudi Arabians want to make a name. They want to put money up. They want to cause excitement in their countries. I get it. But bro, this kind of an event, yeah, it's a mockery when you got a UFC guy coming to fight the number one guy, like when Conor McGregor came to fight the number one guy in Floyd Mayweather, and a retired Floyd Mayweather. So what do we expect from this fight? I mean, this guy says, I am going to try my best to catch Tyson Fury, to make sure I catch him and take his head off. Everybody's trying to catch him with way better skills than this Ngannou. Yeah? People with boxing fucking brain have tried their best to catch Tyson Fury and finish him. What the fuck is he gonna do? And I'll tell you something. If anyhow there's some kind of a black magic or, some kind of a stinker coming, then imagine this Ngannou and Tyson Fury dancing around, taking this thing for a joke. Yeah? Never gave us the undisputed fight between him and Usyk, regardless of the business fucking issues. And now, imagine him getting clipped by a fucking UFC guy. Imagine that, though. And him fucking around. That's what really should happen one day. Maybe one of these boxers need to get fucking taught a lesson for fucking around with the fans. Yo, give me a second. I'm going to look at the chat. It's time to look at the chat and let's talk about it. Rider of the Storm says, I'm sorry, Rat, but no one give a shit about this fight. Yeah, I understand that. But everybody's going to watch. Hey, Rider, did you give a shit about Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather? Did you give a shit about that fight, bro? Because a lot of people said that as well, about that fight. And then they all ended up watching it. I'm just saying, can you imagine if this breaks the like records? Even if it's a shit fight. Hey, somebody tell me this. Jake Paul fights. Are Jake Paul fights better than these fights? Yo, is Jake Paul fights better than this fight? Answer the question. Is Jake Paul versus Ben Askren, Jake Paul versus fucking Nate Campbell, whatever his name is, the fucking basketball player, is Jake Paul's fight better than this fight? Answer the question, bro. Exactly. You can't answer. And that fucking Jake Paul is breaking fucking numbers. Jake Paul is breaking fucking numbers. So imagine a real boxer, heavyweight champion of the world, baddest man on the planet, Gypsy King, who went over to fucking Klitschko's backyard and beat up Klitschko after a 10-year reigning Klitschko. And Tyson Fury became the lineal champion of the world. Comes back after 3 years and fucks up Deontay Wilder and beats the best heavyweight with Deontay Wilder. And now he's doing this. And now this is what we're watching. I understand that it's a bit of a comedy show, but I'm going to watch. I guarantee you we're all going to watch because it's just anything can happen. Can Ngannou get one punch off? We want to see how Ngannou throws his punches. What does Mike Tyson bring in the corner of Ngannou? There is still people that are going to watch this. And I guarantee you, this might even break some numbers. Because we are in a different climax in the sport industry. If you understand how boxing is today, you can even see that the new boxers coming up, they can even see that it's maybe better not to go and try and be the best boxer. I'd rather be like Tank Davis. Tank Davis is the biggest payday. Tank Davis, everybody wants Tank Davis money. And that's why Mayweather is the man. For the way that he built Tank Davis. Yeah? Man who doesn't have the legacy, but is the biggest American payday is Tank Davis. Because of attraction. You understand? You look at this. Ryan Garcia got 30 million for his first pay-per-view fight. Nearly 30 million. That's fucking 10 times more than Teofimo Lopez has ever earned in his whole life. Ryan Garcia doesn't even have belts, but he's an attraction. He's entertainment. We are in a new era. We are in a new times that you don't need to have legacy, even some people. You just need entertainment. We know that Ryan Garcia has made 10 times more money than Devin Haney with that one fight. Whatever Teofimo Lopez gets in one fight, Ryan Garcia gets 10 times that, what he earned. Because of what he brings. He brings entertainment. He brings attraction. Now, this guy, Ngannou, I don't know how big he is in the MMA world. I know he is big because John Jones used to talk about him. So Ngannou is big when it comes to the MMA world. But Ngannou also has made a name by hanging out with the Tysons and all this attraction. So Ngannou is come for entertainment. This is a big blockbuster entertainment, and that's what you're watching. And that's what we're watching, bro. And let me tell you what's crazy as well. Today, if I look at all the young fighters, and if I had a boxing camp, I would go and try and do what Mayweather and these guys have done. Hey, bro, I'll build like Ryan Garcia. I would try and get my fighter to do all the social media shit. And I'll play the whole game. Because at the end of the day, you ain't getting 10 times more if you go fight for legacy. You're getting 10 times more if you got the attraction, the social media presence, the entertainment factor, you got the personality, you know how to talk, you don't know, you can make people angry, you can get people to hate you. Whatever it is, you know how to sell. And that's the difference. What do you bring to the table? Now, Tyson Fury, he's the best salesman in the world. Fury is one of the best self-promoters that you could ever fucking have. You don't even need to promote Fury. He's fucking crazy anyway. He'll talk for fucking days and days, and he'll sell the whole fucking fight. You understand? And that's why the Saudi Arabians, they love him. The Arabs, they love him because they know he brings fucking heads. He brings fucking attraction. And they're going to sell this to us. Just like they did with Mayweather, Conor McGregor. They sold that. They're going to sell this. But yo, I know at the end of the day, fans are still pissed off. They don't want to see Tyson Fury doing all this big time entertainment and all this shit. They wanted to see the big fight with Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. That's what they wanted to watch. They didn't want to watch this. But here, this is what business is, bro. And more you're going to see boxing. You're going to see more and more boxing getting watered down. You're going to see entertainment sell more than boxing sell. You understand? You're going to see entertainment sell more than boxing that sells. Because it's proven already. It's proven already that you don't need to have all the belts. You don't have to have all the legacy. And that's what fighters are learning now. That's what fighters are learning now. But yo, give me a second. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Support the channel. And I'll be back. Just give me 1 minute.
Right, what's going on here, Donny's on the next? Barry's actually going to propose to Sandra. Sandra has been giving Barry mad head lately, and he's witch, yeah? He's doing this behind the back of the boys because they know, yeah, they would have cussed him out for proposing to Sandra. Tracy had one job to do, and that was to record it, but she's all over the bloody place. Barry's clocked that she didn't get the footage, so he's going to propose to Sandra again. Oh, for fuck's sake, Tracy! What's going on?
Now, before I talk anymore, I do have something to say. And I've been getting some messages, and I've been getting told that people are becoming like acting like fanboys for Canelo Alvarez on my channel. Now, those people which are invested into Canelo Alvarez as somebody who is more invested emotionally in Canelo, then you know what? You're getting called out. At the end of the day, I know I got fanboys on this channel in the chat, but there's only a limited of them. Slowly, fanboys that came in early on, most of them have been converted by the OGs in the channel. So I understand that I'm getting messages now. People are messaging me. Yo, Rat, Canelo fanboys are a bit too much. Now you want to come and let me know what fanboys you're talking about all the time? You asked me to send a link. Here's the link. Come and talk to me about why it's getting too much. For the Canelo fanboys are getting a little bit too much. Canelo. Payday. Payday. I want payday. You want payday. Horrible fighter. So, what is it? Who are you specifically telling me that are Canelo Alvarez fanboys? I'm going to send that link again. If nobody is talking right now on the live about the Canelo Alvarez fanboys, they don't fucking send me no messages. Don't send me no messages. Don't complain about it then. Hit the link and tell me why Canelo Alvarez fanboys are a bit too much. Why Canelo Alvarez fanboys don't keep it straight. Why Canelo Alvarez fanboys act like they're flip-floppers. Why do they want to be like their protection custody? I mean, you should be saying fight Benavidez and not Charlo anyway. So what is it that the Canelo fanboys are doing? Are they just pushing a narrative every time to change with the fucking wind? What is it that Canelo fanboys are doing that are annoying? Now I have someone trying to get in the back, but come back, Gabriel. I don't know what happened to you, but come back and let me know why Canelo Alvarez fanboys is getting too much. What is it that Canelo Alvarez fanboys are doing that's annoying the people? Let's have a look at the chat. Let's have a look who's in the chat, bro. All right, we got G Smooth in the motherfucking house. Garcia. Abel. I think Canelo wouldn't be able to live with himself without fighting Benavidez. Gabe about to cook. Yeah, Gabe trying to get into the back. I don't know what happened to him. Come back. Yeah. Tank fanboys are worst. We get it. But let's talk about Canelo fanboys right now. Let's talk about Canelo Alvarez fanboys, bro. Who's that new guy, Bones, in the house, mate? Big up to Bones. Where you from, Bones? What is it that Canelo Alvarez fanboys, where do they get over excited? Are they over invested in Canelo Alvarez more than the sport of boxing? Are they more interested in Canelo than the sport of boxing? And they'll spin the narrative against every fighter who gets to fight him. Now, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. And all I want to see if you guys agree yes or no. When Canelo Alvarez fans are different to the fanboys. Canelo Alvarez fans are different totally to the fanboys. And let me show you how. Who remembers before any fight with Canelo and PBC? Who remembers the Canelo fanboys were out there on all this YouTubes, on most channels? Those Canelo fanboys I'm talking about, what were they saying about Charlos? What were they saying about Charlos? They were saying the Charlos ain't shit. Charlos bullshit. Charlos fucking can't do shit compared to Canelo. Huh? Charlo ain't shit compared to Canelo. Remember that. But now that Jamel Charlo's fighting Canelo, oh no, he's taller. Yeah, no, he's taller, bro. No, it's a good fight. He's taller. Charlo's fucking taller. Can't you see? Can't you see? He's taller. Look how tall he is. Hey, look how tall he is, bruv. Charlo's fucking taller than Canelo. All right, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. They switched it. Now they don't want to say nothing about Charlo is shit. Yeah? They don't want to say nothing about Charlo is shit. Remember what I'm trying to say? No, Charlo's a good fighter, bro. Charlo's undisputed. He's taller than Canelo. Charlo's taller than Canelo. What are you talking about? What the fuck you talking about, bro? Charlo is taller. Can't you see? Look, he's taller. Look. He's bigger. Shut the fuck up. Now Charlo's a threat, you know. Charlo's the man, you know. Yeah, Charlo's the fucking man. Trust me. Don't play with Charlo. He's one of the best. He's skilled. He's got skills. Charlo got a lot of skills, bro. You see what Charlo did to Brian Castano? These are the same motherfuckers that said Brian Castano beat up Charlo. Brian Castano's better than Charlo. They were killing Charlo for Brian Castano after that first fight, bro. Yeah? Laughing at Charlo over the Tony Harrison fight. And now, Charlo's the man. Charlo's the man, bro. He's taller. He got a lot of skills, bro. Yeah, man. American slick fighter. That's what you wanted. Remember? And you know how much these fanboys hate? They hate Charlo. They fucking think he's a cunt. They definitely think he's a wanker. They don't even like Charlo. They think Charlo ain't shit. And then they switch the narratives. And then they switch those narratives, bro. Man, smash the motherfucking like button, people. I ain't even began to cook yet. Smash that like button. And if I don't get 30 likes, I don't give a fuck if we ain't got 30 people. People are coming in and out. We need to get 30 likes before I come back to cook the second course. Yeah? Before I come back to cook the second course, then I need some likes. Otherwise, I need to get my fucking self out of here. Let me do my shit and I'll catch you soon. Because I got other shit that I need to do. But I need some fucking likes over here and some support in the channel. And maybe we'll just keep it moving. You know what I mean? But I got a few more things to say after this ad. See you in a bit. Get those likes up. I'm going to send this link one last time. And if Gabriel don't know how to get on it like he did last time, then don't ask me for a link again, bro. I might just totally stop sending links. Shut it down every time I finish cooking. I want to see 30 likes and I'll be back.
I saw you scratch your ass and sniff your fingers. I saw you scratch your ass and sniff your fingers. I saw you scratch your ass and sniff your fingers. I saw you scratch your ass and sniff your fingers.
What up?
How are you?
I'm great.
Can we meet you?
My name is Tunde Tupac, aka the Rap Killer,
Tunde Tupac.
the Rap Flexer, kill them all.
Your name is
Tunde Tupac.
Tunde Tupac.
You can write the Rap Killer there.
But Tunde is your
It's
name.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Tunde, with your dressing, I know the kind of song that you're about to present.
Yes.
So you want to tell us about it?
Just rap game. I kill the rap game because the haters want us down, but they're not going to get us.
You don't need to tell us about the haters now.
Rappers, right? You're a rapper.
Rapper.
Good. Let's hear you.
Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Ha ha ha. Check it. Check it. Check it. I rule everywhere. I rule. They want to take me down, but they cannot take me down. Yeah. I rule New York. I rule Lagos to Atlanta. We go to Chicago. Check me out. Check my game. My game is tight. All the haters, I shoot them in the brain. Poor. I've been around with my guys, 50 Cent, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg. We're all in this game together because I kill them all. I kill Tupac and I kill Biggie. I kill them all because they can't contain my rap game.
Hey!
Off the hook because I kill you all now.
No, calm down. You killed who?
It's just a lyric. Don't fear.
Lyric.
Yeah. Your lyric will put you in trouble. You have to be very careful. You don't just go about saying things that you don't know.
Hey, bruh, I'm bringing Tunde Tupac out with me to the Ngannou fight. He's coming to rap. He's the rap killer. Tunde Tupac is coming to be the rap killer for Ngannou in the ring for Tyson Fury versus Tyson Fury. Shit, we need to get Tunde Tupac. Big up to Pound for Pound in the house. Yeah, we need to get Tunde Tupac into the fucking event. You understand? Yo, who's Bones anyway? Is Bones a regular? Shall we give Bones a wrench? Shall we give Bones a wrench? Yes or no? I need to know in the chat. Is Bones the real deal? Because you know I don't keep an eye in the chat, bro. You know I don't keep an eye in the chat. Who's Bones? I see Bones just came in the scene, bro. Is Bones for real? Shall we give him a wrench? Who is this brother? What's happening, Max? Yo, let me see. Who's Bones? Yo, what's happening, Max? I can't hear you, Max. Maybe now.
Yeah, you have me in the backstage.
I don't know. I try to put you in. Then it puts you back out.
Bro?
And listen.
You done hating, bro?
Wait.
Listen, bro. I listened to that whole live
what's
stream
happening
yesterday.
with...
You coming at my boy Bud
before you
Terrence
talk, though,
Crawford, bro.
Wait. Before you talk, I want to get Bones a wrench. And I want to know why Gabe keeps coming in here, Max. And it won't allow him, because he doesn't put his name in. Before he comes in the stream, he's not certified. Gabe, you need to put your name and at least make sure you got your shit together. When you're in the back, it's not allowing you to fucking add. So come back.
But Gabe's been on the panel before, Rap.
So why is he not coming in? Like it's not.
He said StreamYard is blocking my mic. Make sure.
So that means there's something that he's doing. He needs to come back out of StreamYard, come back in, and do that again.
Yeah, close the app, Gabriel, and come back in. Yo, Gabriel and Garcia going at it in the chat, bro.
Yeah, I see that.
It's smoking the chat, bro. It's smoking the chat.
Yeah.
Salute to everyone in the chat tonight. We got any boxing fan, the YTBC's #1 Terrence Crawford fan, all the way from Nebraska. Who else is in the chat? Who else we got in here? We got Garcia. We got Pound for Pound. We got John McSmith, Larry Lopez, everyone in the building. Nah, man, listen.
Why is no people told me to give a wrench to Bones?
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Okay, so until I get the certified OGs to tell me to give him a wrench.
I don't know who that is, man. Shout out to Peter.
Okay. I'm trying to eliminate groupies though, Max. I'm trying to eliminate groupies on this channel. If you've noticed, some people been getting offended.
Now look, fellas, listen. We can keep it boxing, man. Just keep it boxing. We can quote unquote cook each other. You know, I get cooked sometimes. But y'all just gotta chill out, man. Keep it boxing. You feel me? When people be going a little bit overboard, that junk get played out. You feel me? We online. We ain't in front of each other. You dig? So just everyone take a chill pill, man. But Yo, shout out to Shakur Stevenson. It's official. November. I don't even know what day in November, but they already named it in November. Hold on. Yo, Rapstar, you know what's crazy? It's going to be November 16th on a Thursday. This fight is going to be on a Thursday. Can you believe that?
Official?
That's
Is that
official. It's official.
Wow.
Fight Hub posted it, bro. It's on a Thursday.
You know what though? I gotta give Frank Martin. He got some balls. He's taking smoke. He ain't playing.
Nah, shout out to. That's why we love, man. If you're a real boxing fan, then you know this is what we need, bro. This is great for boxing. Someone in the chat said, hold on. Someone in the chat said, give me a second. Someone said, is it really Thursday? Oh, why Thursday? Shout out to Pound for Pound. The reason for that, I think the venue, there's a big NASCAR race that weekend. Bob Arum was saying something about it, and so they're going to have it on a Thursday. So, man, listen, it's going to be a good time. It's good for the sport of boxing. And yeah, man, you feel me? Like, guys, think about it, man. This is a channel where we come here and chop it up with Rap be trying to cook me too, bro. It's just, everyone just keep it boxing. We can have talk boxing. I enjoy talking to JB Sports about boxing. I enjoy talking even John McSmith, and I don't see eye to eye with that cat at all at times. You feel me? But I respect his boxing IQ. You feel me? So
The difference with you is, Max, I think some people are like, you can cook the fighter, you can go back and forth, have smoke, but it doesn't offend you or affect you, because at the end of the day, you might be supporting the fighter, but you're not emotionally invested in none of these fighters. So it's all laugh, fun, and games. Yeah, it's all look. I know it upsets you if Teofimo loses.
Yeah, I was about to just say, Rap.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if Teo loses, you'll be upset for 1-2 days, or if he says something crazy, you'll be quiet and that. But then after a while, you'll be like, okay, let's go to the next subject, right?
Yeah.
But some people, what I've noticed, grown ups, young guys, all kinds of men, when they come on Rapstar and the cooking goes on, let's say Tank's getting cooked, it's going on, it's off, and then people going mad, and then lately they're getting real offended, and it's like, no, man, they're getting offended with it, and then you talk about Canelo, and you keep it real with Canelo, and then people getting offended. So you start to realize that some people, some grown men and men who are in this chat right now, they are a bit sensitive that way. With me, I don't give a fuck. If my fighters lose, they get knocked out, and I'm going for them, I put my hands up. I move on to the next subject. But people are not like that. Okay, yeah, I can get a little bit passionate, but after my passion's done with that situation, bro, I'm moving on. I'm giving the next man credit. It doesn't bother me,
Yeah, look, that's why, boxing, the closest, look, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. The hardest person that I'm a fan of is Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. Those are my guys.
I love what this guy's telling you, Larry Lopez. Nobody is above any criticism.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's how you know who really loves the sport, or who's a man, or who's a fan of man. You feel me? Look, guys, look. I think it's only me.
Max is cooking.
I think Dirk is the other person that loves Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. I'm a big Shakur fan.
Now he's emotionally invested.
Wait, hold on. I'll tell you. Listen.
Dirk is emotionally invested. And that's why he's offended. He's been offended in this channel a lot.
As a Shakur diehard, Shakur should have took the 25% to fight Devin Haney.
Facts.
I saw an interview where they asked Shakur why he didn't take it, or what was his thought, and he said, I thought, maybe I should take it to take their bluff, but then I thought maybe he wasn't still gonna have the fight. You see that's unacceptable, bro. You make the sacrifices to go for undisputed. Am I still a Shakur fan? Yes, he's a great fighter, but I gotta keep it a thou wow. You feel me? He should have took the 25%. So, well, the urge said Shakur needs to fight a real killer already. I mean, before Navarrete, man, and before Shakur, a lot of people really high on Oscar Valdez. I thought Oscar Valdez. I still think Oscar Valdez is a good fighter. So I think that's so far his best win on his resume. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But look, you got Canelo. Canelo's another look. Let me cook for a little bit. Look, Canelo is a good fighter, bro. But if he doesn't fight Benavidez, then he's ducking the smoke at 168. And we just got to keep it a buck. I know a lot of people are diehard Canelo fans, and that you can't say nothing bad about Canelo. As a fight fan who loves the sport of boxing, Canelo needs to fight David Benavidez. If he doesn't fight David Benavidez and retires, then he just avoided David Benavidez. And it is what it is. I don't like to agree with Mirage on a lot of things, but, I mean, I got to keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford, he's one of my favorites as well. I think he's a great fighter, elite fighter. You know, he's going to fight Spence. I think if he goes and fights Canelo, that's a dangerous fight. That's a lot of weight to put on. You know, he walks around comfortably 160, you know. So, yeah, man. Like someone said, every boxer is not above reproach. You feel me? Above criticism.
No fighter is above criticism because that's just the way that debates go.
Yeah.
Right? But certain people have been offended, bro. And, you know, I'm going to tell you what's happened to the Errol Spence fans as well. They're a little bit still fugazi.
Yo, bro, I ain't seen Ben Israel on this panel ever since, bro.
Oh, Ben Israel needs help.
And the only reason I say that is because Ben Israel was a week straight on this panel talking about, you know, Terrence Crawford fans and how we ain't know nothing and how we ain't do this and how we ain't do that. You know, and you know, people come back and eat their crow, but Ben Israel never came back on this panel. You dig?
Look, man, I don't want to talk about Ben anymore. I already gave him his opportunity last week. Okay? I don't want to be cooking Ben any more than he's cooked himself. But yeah, the shit looks weak.
Yeah, let's ask the chat that. Everyone in the chat, because I see a lot of people in the chat putting their two things. Let us know right now, who are your top two boxers in the sport of boxing right now? Who are the two guys that you're rooting for? You want to see them like succeed to the fullest. Let us know your two fighters right now. Drizzy Dro said Benavidez and Wilder for him. Let's see whatever everyone else is saying. What about you, Rasta? You got any? And it don't have to be UK fighters. You feel me? Whoever you feel right now.
No, I got all the. I ain't got two fighters. I got loads of fighters.
Okay.
So for me, I don't have two fighters in the race. You know what happened to me, Max? Right? You know, a long time ago when I used to cook, and I used to realize that sometimes I used to be pushing certain fighters, thinking that they really were pushing the game better. Yeah. And back in the day, I realized certain fighters are only saying certain things to keep their energy going, and then tell you a certain thing and realize that other things are going on in the business, right? So I keep all fighters in the same playing field now, because I know the way that this shit works. So the way I see them is that I'm gonna credit them and I'm gonna discredit them to what I see as everyone else. I don't have no fighters in the race like that.
Yeah, I want to say something. Someone in the chat said,
and that's why I win a lot of money. Do you know why I win a lot of money?
Why?
Because I'm not invested in none of this shit. I just go for the fighter. Even though if I'm cooking for the fighter I like, I'm going to go against him if I think he loses. You know what I'm saying? Even if he's a British fighter, I don't give a fuck. I'm not stupid to throw my money. I'm not smart. I don't have no emotions in this boxer. I've got to look at, does he win with my hard-earned money?
Yeah, and there's, look, as fans too, bro, there's certain people that we hate, like, and I don't mean hate like you wish harm upon the person. That's not what I mean. You just, when I say hate a fighter, I look at it more like you just don't think that fighter is all that. And everyone will tell you that knows me on this panel. There's one fighter that I think is a man. Who is it, Rap Star? Who is it, Rap?
Teofimo, man.
No, man. Who I think is not a good fighter.
Teofimo, you don't really think he is?
Come on,
Only
man.
joking,
Stop
only
it,
joking.
man. He trolling.
All right, but can I get the super chat?
Go ahead, bro. Get your
NE
money.
Boxing fan with the motherfucking super chat. Thanks for the support, NE Boxing. He says, for the young fighters, it's Bam Bam and Sonny Edwards.
He said Bam Bam Shakur.
Bam
Yo,
Bam
shout out
and
to
Shakur
Bam Bam.
is his top 2. And watch this. The biggest thing can happen in boxing, and this is why we love boxing, right? That we can sometimes have ups and downs in boxing, but then when the fights happen, we're all like, okay, what's going to happen? Nowadays, that's what it's like, though, isn't it? Come on. Yeah? Because we've seen it. Anything can happen in boxing.
Yeah, Drizzy Dro, it is Haney. Go ahead, Rap.
Yeah, anything can happen in boxing.
For sure. Devin Haney's the only fighter that I'll never be sold on. I had me and who was it? What was his name? I think it was Truth. Truth was on the channel a couple months back, and him and me got into a debate about Devin Haney. I don't think Devin Haney's special. I think he's an average fighter. I got a lot of respect for Bill as a father, though. I give him that. I respect that a lot about Bill Haney. But I don't think Devin Haney's special. I think he had the easiest undisputed run in the history of boxing. I think that he lost to Lomachenko. I think that he threw that 25% as a low ball offer to Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? I still think he should have took it but I think if they were cool how they said they was, maybe they could have done 70-30. You feel me? And yeah, man, it is what it is. I think he tried to go for the easiest route at 130, at 140 when Teofimo had retired, and he tried to get a vacant belt against Arnold Barboza. So yeah, I'm not sold on Devin Haney. You feel me? But I got a lot of respect for Bill. But that's just my critique as a boxer. You feel me? I don't know the cat personally to be yeah, and now he's going for Regis, and he's going for Regis after Regis had a bad performance. I think they're just looking at Regis as like, oh, he's someone that we could possibly get. Why he don't go for like someone like Matias, you know? Like, why not go that way? You know? So, yeah, man. But guys, boxing in a couple of weeks, we got the Canelo and Jermell Charlo, man. That's gonna be a good fight. But I think a lot of people agree that Ortio for sure. Yeah, Larry Lopez. Larry Lopez. I never. Hold on, Rap. Larry Lopez. I didn't say Regis was washed or a bad fighter. I just said his last performance looked not the best, and that's probably why Team Haney decided to jump on top of that fight.
But I don't think it works like that. And I also think Max.
Then why he ain't go? Why he went?
This though, Max.
Why he went? Why he tried to go for the vacant belt when Tio was walking away from the WBO?
Okay, look. You got to remember something, yeah. The business of boxing with what can work.
Am I talking to Rap Star or am I talking to Rick Glazier? Because I thought we were talking to Rap Star.
Well, I'm going to talk honest, because other people are watching my channel.
All right, go ahead.
And I can't just have them listen to this and they think, oh, well, you know, he doesn't understand why that fight with Regis is bigger for Haney. Why that business makes much more sense for Haney. So before you say he can fight Matisse and all that, you would say the same thing about Teofimo. But Tio can only make certain fights.
Tio will fight anybody, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that Haney wouldn't either.
Nah, he wouldn't, Rap.
Okay, well, that's in your... Yeah, but that's in your... Look. Problem is, though, Max, nobody agrees with you.
Ahead.
You listen to your own beat.
Go ahead, bro.
No, I've been letting you talk. You've been listening... One sec. You've been listening to your own beat too much, bro. You got to remember that Eddie Hearn already has offered that deal to Haney's for Regis Prograde. That makes a lot of sense. he's the undisputed champion going against the other champion. So regardless, he might not have looked great in the last fight, but that don't mean that it's not a big fight. That don't mean that Haney ain't got balls. That don't mean that Haney ain't got heart. That don't mean that Haney ain't a fighter that's doing greatness. So I understand you might not like him, but there's a lot of people who just disagree with what you're saying. That's all.
If he
saying?
if he was with the smoke or anything, why he ain't rematch Lomachenko when he knew that?
Why did Teofimo not rematch Lomachenko, huh? When Lomachenko said, "Give me the fight, let's fight him again."
Well, he had
and
to fulfill.
Teofimo didn't want no smoke. What happened then? Did you keep the same energy?
Can I speak?
Yeah, go on.
He had to fulfill a mandatory with
No.
Cambosis.
They could have made that fight. Big enough money. They could have got Cambosis a side pay. There was a couple of weeks that he had before he could have got mandated for that fight with the IBF.
But wait, Rapstar,
Listen, man, Tio and his dad did not want that smoke, and 95% of the chat even know Tio did not want no smoke with Lomachenko after
everyone in the
fight.
chat. Let's settle this because it sounds nice. Everyone in the chat, who did you have winning the fight, Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez? Let us know down below.
That's irrelevant to the question.
It's not irrelevant.
No, that's totally going away from the simple question I've asked, right? That Teofimo Lopez could have fought Loma again. He did not want that smoke. And you now are doing the same thing just because you don't like Haney. But you have to understand the business side of why that DAZN fight with Regis Prograis is a big fight for Devin Haney. He can't just go fight in anywhere and everywhere because business it doesn't work like that. He ain't going to get offered the deal. Eddie Hearn is putting a deal together that works for them. So you got to appreciate business like it works for everybody else, bro. I understand that you want to downplay Haney all the time. Fair enough. You don't like him. We know that. But as far as him doing great things, he's reached greatness. And he's in the history books.
Yeah, it's fabricated though, man. Like,
okay, well then, imagine him doing more greater things. See, the greater things. Imagine him doing more greater things.
Who's
and
the top?
You sounding like a sorry ass person who just don't like what he's doing.
Well, look, man. When you look at the 140 division, who's the top dog? And this is why I laugh at someone like Devin Haney because he's being a clown. How you gonna be in an interview and say, "Oh, I don't." The interviewer is like, "Oh, you know, Teo's the top dog at 140." He's like, "Oh, I don't think Teo's the top dog. I think Regis is." No, you're trying to get your narrative across, bro. How is it that you was undisputed at 135, but people still wondering who's the best fighter at 135? Is it Shakur Stevenson? Is it Tank Davis? You know what I mean? So, come on, Rap. Like, I know you're cool with
but he's reached greatness, bro. You can't take away from him. He's reached greatness.
I guess. But
and for what he's done, yeah. See, people like you were cursing him first. Oh, he only got the email belt. Then when he became the real champion and beat the guy who beat Teofimo, yeah, and took all his belts, then they said, oh, he will never fight Lomachenko ever. Devin Haney won't defend his belts. He won't defend. All right, then he defends all the belts, regardless. Still gets the decision. Does the fucking fight. I got to respect that, bro. I got to say that Haney is learning from that. He's elevating from that. And I believe as the hate you can, whatever it is, I have no emotions to him or Teofimo. Teo's a great. He's shown me greatness. I still think Haney is that guy too. For me, I just believe he's got something special in him as well. He has. He's got skills. I can't deny him his skills. But yes, he's also getting better. And he'll get better after that Lomachenko fight. So we can't say that yet. Because Haney will probably still do greater things.
Haney's the Victor Ortiz of this generation, bro.
We'll see, because he's done better than Victor Ortiz 10 times already.
He's fabricated. But look, you got a super chat from Ride of the Storm. Shout out to Ride of the Storm.
But then, it's sad that you say that, because imagine him doing greatness more. And how would you look?
I want to see him fight convincingly.
You want to see what?
I want to see him convincingly be a elite fighter.
Okay, so he's already beat Loma, but okay, you want him to be an elite fighter.
But did he really?
Okay, he's already got a better fucking fighter on his name than Tank Davis. But anyway, let's keep moving. All right, look, man, I understand, right? Haney's not everyone's cup of tea.
You think Haney would have gone up to 140 to fight Josh Taylor right away? No, right?
Well, we don't know what he's doing right now, do we?
Man, we got a great super chat coming in from the brother from Nebraska, Any Boxing. Can we read that, please?
Yeah, let's read that. Go on, read it then. Any boxing fan, wagwan.
He
Respect to
says,
him.
"Oh, we're gonna forget about how Haney was trying to go after Teal's belt once he retired." Teal said, "Nah, I'm
But what do
active
you want
when
him
they
to
hurt."
do? What do you want him to do? Sit back.
Bro, do you know what that looks?
Tiafimo acting like he's retired and he don't want no more and he's gonna live his life and that. What do you want anybody else to do, bro?
Bro,
Don't take that belt.
what does that say to you as a champion,
Oh, I
bro?
would do the same.
Nah, bro,
I would
that's
take the man's
wild.
belt straight away if a man's
I guess
retiring,
we
bro.
just different, bro. We just different. It's all good.
No.
We
You
just
talking
different.
cap. You don't know business.
I'm
The
not talking.
problem
I'm
with
talking
you is,
about
the problem with
fighters.
you is, the people I speak to in business, they know business. We're talking like you talking like just like a fan. It don't work like that, bro. If another man is not obligated, because if another man's retiring, he'll go get that belt and he'll take that position. That's just boxing, bruv. What is Shakur fighting for right now? With Frank Martin for a
Yo,
vacant belt.
shout out to Larry Lopez. He said,
No, but can I finish? What is Shakur? Don't just read what you want to read, bro.
I mean, the
Trying to
super
play
chat's
some
coming in for
stupid
you,
shit.
bro. You want
I
people
got
to
the super chat there, right there, yeah. But what is Shakur Stevenson and fighting for? He's fighting for a vacant belt. Haney's fucking leftovers. So don't listen or no go there. Anything can happen in boxing. It's boxing, bro. Okay, look, man. I'm not gonna debate this any further. I understand Haney is no good for you, but as time goes on, I believe, Haney might be doing more greater things to come. That's all. But let's keep it moving with the Shakur fight though, because
Wait, I want to rebuttal. Go ahead.
Shakur Stevenson, bro, fighting Frank Martin, and big up to the super chat, which is Gabriel Sanchez, who can't even make it in the fucking panel for some reason. But big him up. What do you think in this fight with Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson, that Frank taking this fight? What does he see that we don't see?
I mean, Frank's just looking for a fight, bro. He needs a fight. He needs to get someone on his resume. Shakur got a better resume than Frank Martin. You know what I mean? Like he needs to take the opportunity. And look, even when Frank, because I have Frank losing, when Frank loses, he's still gonna be a fighter that people still want to see. You know what I mean? You can't be afraid to lose your man. That junk's played out.
Okay, what's happening in Orlando? Crypto.
What's
you
up,
saying,
man? It's Mastermind. What's going on?
Oh, Mastermind, what's going on, bro?
What up, Mastermind?
Hey,
Yeah.
Mastermind, you hear about this conversations going on?
Yeah, that's a good thing for them to go after that title.
For Frank Martin?
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That's a great matchup. Showing a lot of heart from both fighters. They both putting it on the line.
Bucks.
This is a good fight, but like you said, if Lopez don't retire, you got to go after Lopez belt. That's the right thing to do. Hey, you just calling this
I
bluff.
think it's a good fight if you really want to look at it logically. I think this is a good fight, Mastermind, for Shakur.
Yep.
Because
Hell
Shakur needs a good fight at 135 to keep moving, keep being active, and keeping his feet going, right? At 135. Yep. This guy, Frank Martin, I think he's got a lot more to do and then get somewhere in life. Maybe it's a bit premature for him. Is it a good fight for him, though?
Yeah, it's a very good fight for him. This is pushing it to the limit. Tony Montana style. He's fighting the greatest guy at lightweight. You're starting off, you're showing people that you're not afraid of nobody. This is how Teofimo Lopez blew his character up. You go after the very best and you beat their ass. Don't leave it up to the judges. Knock them out. He's the man. He could be beat. Don't believe the hype. He ain't fought nobody. He
Now,
can be
would you
beat.
say to these guys, Mastermind, because obviously they've been listening to Max, Jojo's come over here and said Haney is boring. He's only does the jab and grab and all that. Would you say to that people, the fans like that?
Hey, whatever you got to do to win the fight. If you win, that's all. I don't give a damn about boring. I ain't watching the fight. I'm betting on the fight. I ain't watching that shit.
This guy, man.
Yeah, fuck that boring shit. I don't give a fuck if it's boring. That's like if
I gotta call you out, my man, because you was on here multiple times talking about your favorite fighter, James Toney, and we know James Toney was not boring at all.
Nah,
you feel me?
hell no. But he ain't. But that's a skill. That you talking about the baddest motherfucker ever do it. But Devin Haney trying to,
But
he trying to
Mastermind
get to
already
that level.
said that he watches boxing different and Haney ain't boring for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I just look for wins and losses. So it's not boring to me. It's boring if if my fighter get beat boringly. But if my fighter win, it's always exciting.
But Mastermind, why you always got to talk about Lomachenko crying, man? I've seen you on multiple panels, man. What you got against Lomachenko?
No, Lomachenko, I like that. That's good. He showed that he was vulnerable. Because look, that was an exciting fight. So how is they calling him boring if he was just in his last fight was exciting?
Hey, can you see this super chat, Max? It says, from any boxing fan, fight is Menti versus Menti. Bud Gang to win again. Okay.
For sure.
That's a good ass rematch too. I like the rematch. I'm glad that Earl activated the rematch. You gotta get. He's trying to show you that he could do better in the rematch.
Yeah, but come on, man. You guys have to understand. You Mastermind, you're just going with the flow here. This is a good fight for Shakur to keep himself moving. For Frank Martin, I don't think this is a great fight for him because I believe he could have made more money later on with fighters like Keyshawn Davis and that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but Shakur Stevenson is meant to be levels to this. There's meant to be levels to this, bro. And everybody I speak to, whether it's Spence in England, whether it's a couple of people in boxing, they're telling me the same thing. They're saying, yo, Rat, Shakur's doing things we know that behind the scenes. So Shakur has got levels to him. Why the fuck they put in Frank Martin and him taking that fight where Isaac Cruz ducked it? Isaac Cruz, he ducked Shakur Stevenson, bro. And so did, what's his name? What's the other guy that ducked him? William Zapata. What's his name? Zapata. He fucking ducked him. And who else ducked him? George Kambosos don't want no smoke with him. So why the fuck is Frank Martin stepping up, Dirk?
Because he want to fight the best.
Well, for one, Frank.
Wait, is that Dirk?
Frank is damn near. Frank is damn near 30.
Oh, like, I know Dirk happy Shakur got to fight too. Let's go.
He gotta get a move on.
What's
like,
going on, Dirk? Because all these guys are saying it's a good fight. Yeah, it could be a good fight.
You gotta understand. Mastermind is a Earl Spence fan, and you know Frank Martin's part of that crew.
Is he a fanboy? Just call it how it is.
And he's a huge fan of Devin Haney. So he's praying and hoping that Frank Martin does something against the court. But I'm here to tell you, Mastermind, that ain't gonna happen.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
He gonna beat the dog shit out of Frank Martin.
No,
and you motherfuckers gonna see why Devin Haney and everybody and their mama don't want to fight Shakur.
Facts.
But it don't matter though because now we got matchups. He's not just he's fighting. You gotta give him credit. He's fighting the best, right? He's fighting the best.
Yeah. Shout out to Frank Martin, but he's gonna get his ass whooped.
Yeah, that's cool. That happens against the best. So now you're gonna show you the best against Frank Martin. So that's what boxing is about.
But Mastermind's right though, Dirk. Mastermind's right too. Frank Martin is taking this fight. He sees something that we don't see. So what is Frank Martin's got such big balls? What's he got?
He's a good fighter, but I think like you can't put a dude that started boxing 18 with like a boxing prodigy like Shakur, who's been like a highly touted since he was 8 years old. People knew he was special at 8 years old. Going to Olympics, amateur standout like that. He has way more. Even though he's younger, he has way more experience than Frank Martin.
What do you think, Max, about this fight, bro?
Yeah.
Now I told you, man. I know. Dirk is a huge Shakur fan, just like me. I think Shakur's gonna stop Frank Martin, bro.
That'd be crazy if he did that.
I think he gonna stop him, and I think it's gonna be late in the fight though. Not in the not in the
I
first half.
think I agree. That might happen, Max. I think a guy like Navarrete will give Shakur more problems. Like
Yeah.
you got to be like an awkward pressure fighter. Frank Martin is not really good when he's on the front foot. You know what I mean?
So
Yeah.
This is a
I like
bad
these
style
kind of
matchup.
comments though. When a man like Black Star Sports TV that knows his boxing, been in the game for before me, when I got to these YouTubes, I remember meeting these big men. And Black Star Sports TV, respect to you, bro. We ain't seen you for a few years. But yo, he says, does anybody know what Shakur can do when he ain't even fought nobody yet at 135? So why are you guys capping?
He must be one of those people that said Bud ain't fought nobody. Like
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He definitely
How
those
do you
is.
people
know
don't
he's
know
one of
shit
those
about
guys?
boxing.
How do you know?
He probably is. I wouldn't be surprised because those are the same people thinking Frank Martin got a chance.
Who Frank Martin fight? What is he talking about? I mean, you're gonna
Yeah,
say
I mean,
like
Michelle
he
he
did
beat
Rivera.
fight
Michelle
Michelle
I mean, you're
Rivera.
gonna say Michelle Rivera, but Shakur fought Oscar Valdez, and that was a good fight. A lot of people knew that
that
Oscar
was
was
at
a good fight.
130, man. You're missing the point.
Still,
A lot
bro.
of a lot of
No,
people.
nobody cares about Oscar Valdez at 130, bro. We care about 135. It's fair to say
Okay, forget
that
Oscar
Shakur
Valdez.
hasn't fought no top
Can
names.
you
He ain't
forget
fought
that
nobody yet. It's
Rap,
Shakur was
just
trying
rap,
to
fair to
make a
say
fight
that,
with Devin
though.
Haney, bro?
rap. You just said it
Like, come on,
yourself.
man. We gotta be fair here, man.
Rap. You just said it yourself. You have people in the backgrounds or behind the scenes telling you how good Shakur is, and it's not just those people. It's look at his peers. Everybody who sparred Shakur and sparred Devin and all these guys have all said the same thing.
But
Shakur is on
people
another
said the
level.
same thing about
So
Daniel
are they
Dubois.
all lying? Are these people just here? Are they paid by Shakur's people to like tell them how good Shakur is, or maybe he's really that guy? Just saying. So you're gonna see.
I think it's a better matchup than Lomachenko Shakur. I like this matchup better than Lomachenko Shakur.
I don't. I'd rather see that. But
No,
Loma's scared.
that's what I'm saying. Martin ain't scared, so I like this matchup.
I mean, Martin's taking the smoke, bro. So
Right.
Loma
Martin
got a
already
better
told
chance there.
Keyshawn Davis about 3 weeks ago. He told Keyshawn to his face, "I'm about that life," and he's showing that he's about that life, bro. Because ain't nobody standing up to fight Shakur. But how can he say no as well? Because it's an opportunity for the vacant belt as well, right?
Well,
Hey,
yeah, of
do,
course. You can't turn down a title shot. You
hey,
never know. But
let me, hey, let
I
me.
think
Do y'all think the Crawford Spence fight had anything to do with him choosing to step in there with Shakur? You think because he think Spence lose to Crawford, you think that made him confident?
no, he just not scared. That's all. Like they said, hey, we're offering you a Shakur fight for a vacant title.
Right.
He
Right.
ain't turning it down.
Yep.
So
Guy,
Look, Shakur, there's no denying, yeah, that the fighter looked good. He's looking good at 126, 130. Shakur's dominated. We ain't denying that. But at 135, he still ain't proved it. He ain't he ain't proved it until he gets in with these kind of guys. Then we
well,
can start to see.
What has Frank Martin proved that you think that he's a real test for Shakur?
now this is it. This is the
The
test, right?
only thing I like about Frank Martin, first, he's like Mastermind said, he's taking the fight. He's an unbeaten fighter. He's got that hunger in him, and in his mind, he's never lost. So it's good to see an unbeaten fighter go against somebody. You know what I mean? That's what he's got for himself. But as far as the whole amateur circuit, the skill level, and everything, we all know that if you know your boxing, Shakur brings all that and plus more.
Right.
So we know
Also,
that there's a fighter that's got all the foundation. He's virtually the golden boy. Today's era, they're talking about him as the golden boy. The golden boy is the man that's got all the fundamentals and he's young coming up, right? That's what
right.
he's known as. He's the new Oscar De La Hoya. He's the new Floyd Mayweather, if you want to call it, when Floyd was pretty boy, whatever. But with all eyes are saying that he's got them. That's who he is. So,
Not to the
but
Haney
he
fans.
hasn't fought nobody though at
They're
135.
delusional. No, he hasn't. But it's not like these guys are jumping to get in the ring with him either.
Exactly. And Shakur was trying to fight Devin Haney. You forgetting about that one, bro?
At
Hey,
one,
you guys got to realize this from Shakur's point of view. he sells out his hometown every time he fights in Jersey. Every time. Devin Haney can't do that. Well, at least without Loma. Devin Haney hasn't proven that he can carry an event by himself. So is he really a bigger star? Right? Is he really a bigger star than Shakur? That's That's
Yeah, but
arguable,
we don't know that
and it's definitely
Shakur's
not
gonna carry an event by
75-25.
himself. Yeah, we
But
don't
what
know if
happened?
Shakur. We know that
He should
Devin
have took
Haney
the
still
bluff though,
sold that
Dirk. He
event
should have
with
took the bluff. He should
Lomachenko.
have
It's
took the bluff
proven.
though.
Haney
Yeah,
still did
with Loma. Keyword
150,000
with
pay-per-views.
Loma.
Yeah, but
Shakur sold
regardless.
that with fucking Yoshino.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Shakur ain't done nothing yet. We don't know what he's bringing to the
He's
table
a
yet.
two-way division
The
champion.
only man
Yeah,
who's
that's
a
what I'm
star,
saying.
yeah,
You act
don't
like
mean
this
nothing.
dude
What are
It
we
gonna
don't
be
mean
talking
a
about?
nothing.
scrub,
It
bro.
don't mean nothing yet because the only man who's a star and who's the man right now and who is the biggest star is Tank Davis.
Yeah, but he's fighting Isaac
Nah, I
Cruz.
don't think so.
And Tank Davis doesn't even have the fucking the legacy like these guys.
Tank Davis
But
will not
Tank
do more
Davis is
than
the biggest
300,000 with
attraction.
Isaac Cruz. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
Tank
agree with
Davis
that.
Hey,
is one of the biggest attractions in boxing
He
today.
may be one
I
of the
have a
biggest, but he's not the biggest.
Well, he's way
right.
bigger than fucking
Well,
Shakur.
at 135 he is, but
And
I have a
nobody knows
question.
Shakur over here like they know Tank, bro. I'll tell you that now, mate.
Hey, rap,
I'll tell you
I
that
don't
now.
rap,
know.
Tank
rap.
Davis is a big star compared to Shakur. Ain't got the
Well,
attraction.
That's
compared to
That
okay.
does
Shakur,
It's
not
not
yeah.
how you
mean.
start, it's how
That
you
does
finish.
not mean. Look, Tank Davis is a bigger star than Tio, but that don't mean that those guys are not doing bigger things, as in fighting better fighters. That don't mean that.
Well,
Tank
they
is
have
just
to
a
because
bigger name.
they can't afford to fight Rollies of the world and become, they actually have to fight people. But anyways, what I was gonna say
Shout out to Annie. He
is
cooking.
Yo,
yeah,
let's get this super chat to any boxing fan is cooking today. He goes just like Bud did nothing at welterweight yet.
Yup. And
fact.
Rapstar was one
Yet
of those people. Rapstar
he
was saying he
proved
did.
He
wrong.
ain't fought nobody, man.
Yup.
Bro, look at the skills. Fuck all that
He was
other bullshit
undisputed
that
only
y'all
at
come up with.
140.
Yeah, but we gotta remember the facts are the facts. Shakur has to prove it now at 135, bro.
He
Those
will.
are just the facts.
Okay,
Ain't
I was
nobody
gonna
denying
say,
that he ain't got the skills. It's the facts that he got to prove it. Tiafimo proved it. Now let's see if Shakur. Haney
aren't Frank
proved it.
Martin
Let's see what Shakur can do now.
for the Tank people? Aren't Frank Martin and Tank Davis both with PBC?
Yeah.
So why the fuck is that fight not happening? Well, how the fuck you let Shakur Stevenson all the way at Top Rank take that fight, but you can't?
Spence not gonna let his boy get cooked like that, bro.
That's
You
crazy.
got to
Like
remember this as well, though. Frank Martin is in an opportunity here too. This is a lifetime opportunity for him.
that's
Yeah, supposedly
a
who was
more
it? So
competitive fight.
I think JB Sports was saying it. That was a good theory. He said, they were about to go to price bid, purse bid, and ESPN and Top Rank couldn't afford to have Shakur go over to the PBC for a championship fight. So they probably did overpay
Well,
Frank Martin.
it's not just that. Like Top Rank has more invested in Shakur as opposed to PBC with Frank Martin,
For
so they're
sure.
actually going
For
they're going to
sure,
sell
yeah.
out money. Yeah. So there you
But
go.
that's what I'm saying. It would have looked horrible. Imagine if PBC would have won that purse bid.
Oh yeah, that's a bad look.
That would have looked horrible for him.
Honestly, though, I would have preferred it because I like the behind the scenes that Showtime and PBC do over Top Rank.
Top Rank tried to do it with the whole Loma and Shakur thing. It was okay.
Yeah, it was cool, but like what do they call it with Showtime, the All
But
Access?
look, I'm gonna say this because Dirk kind of agrees with me on a couple of different topic points. Listen, man, I'm gonna say this publicly. I used to rock with Tank. I still think he's a good fighter, but I've
Me
given
too.
up on Tank. I don't think he'll ever try to be an elite fighter. He'll be remembered for the money, but he won't be remembered for the legacy. And
Look,
a lot of people can say, "Hey, yeah,
But you think he gives a fuck? He just made 50
he
million.
doesn't," and that's okay.
He
no, he
made
doesn't
50
care.
He
fucking
don't
million,
care.
bro.
I
He's
don't know
the
if it was
biggest
that much, but
star.
it was a lot. But
Listen. He makes 12 times more than what Shakur could ever make in one fight.
But that was because of Ryan Garcia
So
too, bro.
Tank
That's why I
Davis
hate
has
this
proved. Yeah, but
narrative. Bro.
let's also agree though that they've done amazing with what Tank's done, bro.
Tank Davis will not do more than 300,000.
Yeah, but don't be a hater. You gotta give him props as well, though. What Tank has become without fighting the top guys is unheard of.
Rap. Yeah. Okay. Look.
You know what I'm saying? You
If
got
he's
to respect
fighting,
what Mayweather's done for Tank
if
Davis,
he
bro.
Frank is done. I'm not all the way there yet, but if he's fighting Isaac Cruz, yeah, I'm not rocking with Tank
Yo,
anymore. Look,
Dirk, and I
there's
called
no
this 3 months ago, bro. I said, watch him get out of jail and get an Isaac Cruz fight. I called it, bro. How
and
you go
look,
from Ryan Garcia, and
yeah,
look, Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, was the person that led that pay-per-view as far as bringing new fans into it. I don't believe it was Tank Davis. I don't think Tank Davis will do more than 300,000 pay-per-view buys from here on out. This Isaac Cruz, it'll probably do like 150 to 200. That's
mm,
it. But I think Ryan Garcia was the big deciding factor in how much those that revenue came in. But bro, Tank Davis, it is what it is. He's just one of those fighters. He won't fight Shakur, bro. You know he won't fight Shakur, bro.
oh, he definitely not fighting Shakur. He's not. You thought. Look, PBC actually told Spence not to fight Bud Crawford. I really truly believe that Spence had to force their hand.
Yeah.
That fight wasn't gonna happen without Spence basically saying, "I'm not fighting nobody but Bud Crawford." They try to
But
get
you
the
know
Keith
that
Thurman
Tank
fight.
Davis did come out on a video. I can play it, and he goes, I rocked Shakur Stevenson, and he knows it.
Rock his ass
You
in a
know,
real fight.
he goes, I rocked that boy. That's how he said, I rocked that boy. Sit like, what are you talking about? He said to Blue Blood.
He probably did. Tank is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to fight the right people because this is ridiculous.
I will say this though, Tank got killer power.
Of course.
And I'm telling you this now, Shakur knows if Tank lands on him, it's good night for him.
Shakur said many times his hardest fight will be Tank Davis.
Tank Davis.
He knows that.
Even though that Tank hasn't fought the top guys, they recognize that the way he beats these other guys.
Rap. Nobody in the world is going to outbox Shakur Stevenson. The only way to beat him is to knock his ass out.
Facts.
That's why guys like Devin Haney don't have a chance.
Facts.
Like Devin Haney can't crack an egg. Like so.
I mean, Devin Haney could probably outbox him though.
No, he cannot. Stop it.
He probably could. I
No,
mean,
he can't.
Last 2 weeks ago, Bill Haney put a video out there, and I got the video.
Yeah, we
too.
saw the video, and we saw
Bill
the
Haney
sparring
showed
matches
that
too.
Shakur Stevenson was gassing out against Devin Haney in sparring, bro.
He said,
have you seen both sparring videos, Rap?
Yeah. Devin
have you
Haney
seen
made
both sparring
Shakur
videos?
Stevenson tired, and he said, "Nah, man, let's chill now. Stop this shit, bro."
Okay,
Maybe
Rap.
Devin
I
Haney
know
might
you've
beat
seen.
Shakur Stevenson.
I know you've seen both sparring videos. You can't go
Yeah,
out there.
you can't say that, mate.
Yeah,
You can't
Shakur
say that,
Shakur
yeah?
had the edge
Listen,
on both of them.
Shakur's
Come
even
on,
been
man.
quiet after that. You see that?
I'm just saying, anybody that says that Tank is like that Tank's supposed to like he could be, he can have like money, but he won't be remembered 10 years from now, bro, if he keeps going the way he's going. That's why I just felt back from Tank. Ever since I heard about the Isaac Pitbull Cruz fight, I said, yeah, that's it. I'm done. Like, I'm good. Like I'll like, see some news then and there, but I'm not invested in Tank Davis as a fighter.
But it still don't mean Max. It still does not mean Max. The difference is
why they dug Lomachenko for so many years,
still know
bro.
this though, Max. He has got 100%. He's a live dog against everybody. We can't take that away from Tank because he's not fighting those guys. I believe Tank is a live dog against anyone, bro.
Of course he is. So why won't they take the risk and fight the best?
And that's what's frustrating.
And then why and let's
that's
hold on.
what's
hold
frustrating.
On. And if you're gonna do that, why not also not put stipulations in your things? Mm-hmm. That whole Mario Barrios thing, a lot of people try to sweep that under the rug, bro. Tank Davis was talking about he went to 140, but he drained. He put a rehydration clause on Mario Barrios, who was winning that fight at one point, I believe. And you got to understand, like, that's why I can't respect that guy, man. Like, as a fighter, I've given up on Tank Davis. I think he's a good fighter, but I've always said this. I just don't know how elite he will be is because he never puts himself in a position to become one of the greats because he'd rather fight a Pitbull Cruz, a Hector Garcia moving up in weight, going to 140 and rehydration clause with Mario Barrios, telling Ryan Garcia he can't gain more than 10 pounds. All that stuff, bro. I'm not cool with that, bro. I'm just not.
Nope. And he don't have to. He don't necessarily.
Boxing though, Max. And he does.
No, it's still Canelo, but American boxing, yeah. But
American boxing, Tank's the biggest star.
Yeah, he is, and he can get even bigger if he look. He doesn't have to fight Shakur.
I want to know this. I want to stop all you hardcore boxing fans been watching it. What does that say about boxing? With Max
I
saying
think I
this,
think I think
what
Bud
does that
Crawford's
say
gonna be
about
the face
boxing
of
today?
American boxing, bro. They
What does
never
that
had
say?
they never had Tank Davis on Joe Rogan podcast, bro. I'm just saying,
Nah,
you know
Crawford
how
ain't
many
there
people
yet.
stream Joe Rogan's podcast? About over 10 million people a week.
Hey, but hear me out. Hear me out. Tank doesn't have to fight Shakur. Like, there's other people. He could fight Matias at 140.
Facts. Facts.
He could fight Regis Prograis. He could fight, even though he's kind of a prospect, Raya Maritala. That's a decent fight.
Yeah.
Who
Yo,
else?
Dirk, listen to this. Tank Davis's camps, there was rumors about him fighting Chris Colbert, bro.
Oh my
Are
God,
you
bro.
kidding me? A guy
That's
that's from
ridiculous.
a guy a guy that's moving up in weight classes that's not known to be a puncher. You
And
want to fight
Cheney,
him, bro? Come
Yeah, I
on,
want that
man.
fight. That's the
Hey, but
fight.
Mastermind,
that's
what
some
does that
bullshit.
say? I want to talk to Mastermind because he's older than most of us, yeah? Way older than you. And anyway, he used to say he's 84, but we realize he's not. But Mastermind,
I don't know.
I want to know how the fuck is boxing in the world after what Max is saying is facts, as you know, but the Tank Davis is the biggest star. It sounds kind of sad then with what Max is saying that the man who's not done the most is the biggest star in America in boxing. What does that say about today's boxing?
Well, no, that's because Floyd Mayweather orchestrated that whole thing. He was behind Tank Davis marketing.
Yeah, you gotta
He was
respect.
trying to make it seem like, oh, this is the guy that's going to take my spot in the sport of boxing. You
Yep,
feel me? And that's what happened. And they kept
yep.
fabricating his resume and his fights. I mean, regardless of what people think of Rick Glazier, man, Rick Glazier gave some good points about the PBC and Showtime not showcasing some Tank Davis's pay-per-view numbers. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, look, listen to me. I think he's a good fighter. I do think that with Tank. My criticism has always been we will never know how good he really is because he always chooses fights where he's not really tested.
And any boxing fan is cooking today, and he says Tank is the face of purse fashion.
All right, but Tank Davis, like you said, he's showing you how to do it. Like, why fight Benavidez when you can fight Jermell Charlo? He 2 weight classes down. You don't fight the best. You fight the best for you, the easiest opponent to beat. That's why he don't want to fight guys like Shakur and Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez because they challenge it. Why not pick?
And yes,
You know,
Canelo fans, fighting Jermell Charlo from 154 off a 1 year layoff is a cherry pick.
yeah,
Yes, yes, it is.
he should
It
win.
looks good on paper because he's a so-called undisputed champion, but the man is coming up from 2 weight classes, and he's taller and he's longer. Well, bitch, Jermell Charlo is taller than Mike Tyson too. Is he a bigger man than Mike Tyson? Like, stop it. Let's use common sense. Canelo is definitely the thicker man. Pause. Big time.
Yeah, Canelo should win this fight. If he loses, he's gonna look real bad. It's gonna mess his all time.
Yeah. If Charlo loses, anybody gonna be surprised? No. But if Canelo goes in there and loses to Charlo, that's a bad look.
Charlo gonna be the fighter of all time. Then Charlo gonna be looked at.
No, he
as,
won't.
Shit.
Stop it.
Man, please, you beat Canelo from 154, you gonna be looked at as number one. You a bad motherfucker. You beat the face of boxing.
Okay, that's not gonna make you the greatest fighter of all time, though. Like, you going too far.
You got 2 undisputed. You got 154. Then you jumped up to who can match you. You can't get nobody in boxing history that did some shit like that. He the best.
You're right. That's historical, but can you really say, let's say he does beat Canelo, can you really say skill for skill and just forget the accomplishments that Jermell Charlo is the best fighter of all time? You can put him in there with anybody, he would beat anybody. You really believe that?
No, he's just showing you he deserved to be in the conversation if he accomplished that. That's too.
Yeah, that would be a great accomplishment. But like, you think he could beat Prime Roy Jones at 168?
We trying to fit Canelo though. Canelo is difficult. To beat Canelo at 33 is just as difficult as to beat Roy Jones at 33.
Hey, yo, Dirk, is the boxing scientist, man. I got a question for you, bro. Because you just said that the Jermell fight is a cherry pick for Canelo. So
Yes.
do you also think that Sugar Ray Leonard was a cherry pick for Hagler?
Yep.
How many weight classes did Sugar Ray Leonard go to fight Hagler?
Two.
Two. Well,
Was it
technically
two?
back then it was only considered one, but technically in today's world it would be two weight classes. Yeah, because he went from welterweight to middleweight, so that in today's boxing it would be two divisions. And he was coming out of retirement with a detached retina, bro, and nobody was making excuses for him, bro. That was considered a mega
Arguably,
fight.
arguably lost to Hagler, but that's it was a close fight. But either way, Jermell Charlo is not Sugar Ray Leonard. Not even close. That's
Okay,
disrespectful.
okay, but you want to see Canelo versus Benavides, right? That's why this is a cherry pick because you'd rather see Canelo versus Benavides.
Yeah, because when people say I'm not fighting this guy, it's because well the money is not worth it. Well, Canelo can't say that shit with Benavides. The money would be there.
Right, right. So okay, I get that, but do you have Benavides on your pound for pound list?
No.
Do you have Jermell on your pound for pound list?
Yeah, I think yeah he's on there. He's
There you go.
undisputed.
There you go. There you go. So
But
why
I
are you
mean
shitting
that's
on this
like
fight?
Devin
Why are you
Haney.
shitting on this fight?
But look, it's like this. It's like Devin Haney going up to fight Bud Crawford. Yeah, he's undisputed, but would he be a harder fight than Boots at 47? Even though Boots hasn't done as much as Devin,
He's
no.
considered the best
So
fighter.
like, yeah. So what I'm saying is, you got to fight the people in your weight class because that shit doesn't matter.
If Devin
And by the way, Devin Haney is big as shit. He probably could fight at 47. That doesn't mean that he's a natural. He's gonna be comfortable at 47 on his first fight.
But if
You
he
know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
if he took two weight classes and beat Crawford, he would be considered one of the greatest fighters ever. They're gonna be like Devin Haney, the best ever.
Nah, that will be very impressive. That's not going. It will never happen. But yeah,
Charlo Canelo, same shit you saying now. It would never happen. Charlo would never knock out Canelo. But if he does it, he gonna be looked upon as a legend.
well, if first of all, if Charlo somehow does beat Canelo, he would have to outbox him because he's not knocking him out. I don't think. I don't think he's got decent power, but I don't think he can knock out Canelo. I'll be shocked.
TKO, he can stop it. Cut.
Canelo took punches from way harder punches than Charlo.
Never. That's a lie.
He's still standing. Triple G. Triple G is harder than Charlo.
Same power. Same exact power. A little bit more snap.
He's more explosive than Triple G, but he doesn't crack harder than Triple G.
But the boxing IQ, and then his team.
I would say Triple G's got a higher boxing IQ than Jermell. Yes.
But he got a higher boxing IQ than Triple G.
No, he don't.
Yeah. You seen
I don't
it?
think. Look, Mel takes a whole fight to make adjustments.
Yeah.
That's why he struggled with Castagna the first fight. He made adjustments the second fight. Fighters like Crawford, they make adjustments within rounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. That's why I don't trust Mel to beat a guy like Canelo. You got to have a high boxing IQ to beat Canelo, and that's not how.
Right. So, but you're blaming it on the size difference, not the skill difference. See, that's
it's that, but it's not that. That's part of it. I think Canelo is a more skilled fighter than Jermell Charlo in certain things.
Charlo was speaking on the, I think it was the. Let me tell you what show. Was it the $1 Million Game out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Charlo said, see, fans don't know shit. I'm a big man. He goes, I know when I'm going up, I'm bringing some power with me. And he goes, I've got skills. I've got better footwork than Canelo. I move better than Canelo. He believes he can get Canelo out of range and catch Canelo and keep moving and catching Canelo. He thinks he got the remedy.
We're gonna see. But what I think is if he moves up in weight, will he have the same legs that he did at 54? Will he have the same gas tank he had at 54, putting on extra muscle?
He's gonna be better now because he's fighting the best.
We don't know that, Mastermind. Usually we don't know how his gas tank or how his body is gonna react to putting on muscle like that. His body's not used to being fighting at that weight class.
But he's fighting the best boxer on the planet, the face of boxing, Canelo. He make $100 million every fight. When he beat him, he become him. He become him. He become the face of boxing. That's what this about. Eye of the Tiger. You
Well,
remember?
shit, if that's the case, then Bivol should be the face of boxing.
Hell nah, he went up. He went up too much. He too short to be fighting at light heavyweight. All the motherfuckers whoop his ass. All of them. All of them.
Anyway,
You
I'm
seen
gonna
it.
say, bro, I still think it's an interesting fight, but to me, it's like a what do you call that? What do you call that meal before you have the main course?
Yep.
Uh, you know
Appetizer.
what? Yeah,
Appetizer.
it's a nice little appetizer. It's entertaining. It's nice, you
I
know.
mean, Mastermind's not
But
capping.
we want the
He's
full. We
telling
want the
but
main course.
Mastermind's telling you the truth, Dirk. If
What?
Jamel Charlo pulls this off, he becomes the man. He becomes the motherfucking man. And nobody didn't believe that, but he
If he
believes.
beats Canelo, we are never
Bro,
going to see Charlo and Crawford. He's going to
bro,
say, "I beat Canelo.
if
I don't
he
got to do
beats
shit."
Canelo, just like Charlo, what did Charlo say to that guy, $1 million
Yeah,
game, Gilly, whatever his name is? He said, bro,
yeah.
you guys are talking about Crawford. I'll knock that motherfucker out when I finish with Canelo. So he's confident in his own head that he's going to do something. Now, we got to just see if Charlo believes, achieves, and can achieve it in reality.
Man,
He's got a better chance with Canelo than Crawford. I'll say that.
no,
You
but
reckon?
if he beats Canelo, you know he's confident he could beat Crawford.
No,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
stop it, Mastermind. Those are two different type of fighters.
Oh,
And you saw it on that same damn show. He said that leave us alone. Like he doesn't want to fight Crawford. If you haven't noticed already,
Man,
Jamel
stop
Charlo is
capping, bro.
terrified.
That's a
Yes,
narrative that
he
the
he
whole
is
LWC is
terrified of
pushing.
Terrence Crawford.
Hey,
Yes, he
yo,
is.
that's a narrative that the American channels are pushing. That's some dumb shit. The man's
Jamel
got
is
bigger
American
fish to
too.
fry. Yo, Jamel Charlo's got the biggest fight of the world. He don't give a fuck about Crawford right now. But let me tell you this now. Let me tell you. I believe Charlo don't give a fuck about Crawford. I do believe that. He's the bigger
Because he'll
man.
whoop his. He should. He beat
No,
up his best
I
friend's
believe
ass.
he's the bigger man. And in himself, I still believe he thinks he'll knock Crawford out.
Yeah, he thinks so. So Earl
Yeah.
Spence thought that too. Earl Spence is a better fighter than Jamel Charlo.
But it still hasn't phased Charlo. You guys are making a big thing out of that.
Yeah, I think it has, bro. He literally said, well, why don't you just leave us alone? Why don't you fight Boots?
Bro, and
Does
then in
that
the
sound
same
like a
time he
man?
said,
Why are you saying that young
he'll
pup
knock him the
on?
fuck out.
Why don't you want to fight Bud? What is it? Maybe it's because he knows Bud.
The problem is nobody gives a fuck about Bud right now because he's got the biggest fight with Canelo. So it's
I think you're
disrespect.
still salty because you picked Spence to beat Bud and he beat
It's
the shit
nothing
out of
to
Spence.
do with that, brother. You guys are speaking about Crawford, when he's
Yeah.
got a much bigger fight with Canelo. So he don't give a fuck about Bud right now.
Well, he said it. You
You
said it
give a fuck
himself.
about Bud too much right now. He got bigger things to do.
Yeah, Canelo fight
You
is
got to
bigger.
accept that in your brain that Charlo going out there to become great, to go up 2 weights. He got
Okay,
bigger things to do, bro.
but win or lose, that
You
Bud
guys are
fight is
not
gonna be on the
respecting
table.
Charlo, bro.
hey, but Dirk, this fight is much tougher than Errol Spence. He's a harder opponent than Errol to beat. Canelo is much harder to beat than Errol Spence. And Errol Spence is difficult to beat, but he ain't Canelo, man. You coming up 2 weight classes and you trying to beat the best motherfucking fighter on the planet. That's a phenomenal.
Canelo is not the best fighter. He's the most popular fighter, but he's not the best fighter in the world.
Who?
He's not better than Inoue. No, he's not. And no, he's not. Stop it. And he's not better than Bud Crawford either. Yeah.
It's them too.
He's got the biggest. He's the biggest revenue. Like he makes the most money.
And I think
But he's not a
Crawford's
better fighter.
I think Crawford's chewing too much. Because he looked like fucking Terminator against Spence, he thinks he can go up and up and up and beat everyone. Maybe Canelo puts Crawford in hospital.
Maybe. Let's see it. Because
Maybe
Canelo don't sound too
brain
interested.
damage. How about that?
Canelo don't sound too. He's willing to pull up Charlo up 2 weight classes, but he's not interested in Crawford. Why is that?
How do you know that? He's got a fight with Charlo.
He just said he ain't fought nobody.
Hey yo, does anybody remember when Canelo says that I'm gonna get no credit for beating Crawford up? That's what he said.
So, but you'll get credit for beating Charlo.
But he said if that's what fans want, anything's possible. We can do that. But right now,
But wait, hear what you just said, Rap. So you're not gonna get any credit for beating Bud Crawford because he's coming up from
But the way he said it, he goes, "Look, I'm not." People are even asking and saying that I'm fighting Charlo who's 2 weights below me. And he goes, if you want a
Yeah.
guy like him to come and fight me, he goes, I'm not going to get credit. But yeah,
You know
but
what
he
I
said,
think?
yeah.
You know what I think? Canelo is not a stupid man. He knows that Jermell Charlo has a lower ring IQ than he does. But you know a guy who does have a higher ring IQ than Canelo? That's Bud Crawford, and Canelo
Yeah,
knows that.
but
So
going
that
up,
guy actually might
Canelo
beat
won't give
him.
a fuck.
He doesn't think Mel can beat him, but he knows Bud might
See,
beat him.
do you know what the
No,
problems
that's
happen?
not.
You know what the problems
Yeah.
happen? Terence Crawford has made his fans like Dirk feel like he's
I am not a
Terminator.
Terrence Crawford fan. You
No,
know
no,
who
no,
I
no.
like.
Wait. Let me speak. There's fans out there. They think Crawford's Terminator now, bro. He can do everything in the world now. He can knock out everyone. It don't work like that. Maybe Spence had one bad day, and and look, other people have made Crawford look like a human. It's one fight has made him look like Terminator, bro. It don't mean that he's gonna go up and fight Charlo. It's gonna go his way. It don't mean he go up
Pretty sure
and
he's
fight
knocked out
Canelo
everybody at
Alvarez
47.
that it is gonna go his way, bro. It don't mean that.
What competitive fight has Crawford
There's
been in?
weight classes for a reason, Dirk. Remember that, brother.
What competitive fight has he been in?
I'm just letting
Gamboa.
you know. What do you mean?
He
Sean
knocked his
Porter was
ass out.
competitive.
Yeah,
Sean
but
Porter
Knocked
he
his
was
was
ass
losing.
out
competitive.
He was
too.
What's
he
wrong
was
with
getting
you, bro?
schooled. He was getting schooled until Gamboa got careless and put his hands down.
Hey,
He let his
tell
guard. He was
man,
I mean, Amir
literally
Khan
putting
was
his hands.
schooling
Dirk has
Canelo
become
before he
like
got knocked out. It
hypnotized, bro.
happens.
Dirk has become a Crawford, has become God. I'm
But
not
here,
saying
No,
Crawford
he's
ain't
not.
great.
I think Boots.
I ain't
Well, I don't
saying
know.
Crawford ain't great, bro. But going up all them weight classes, Canelo Alvarez might be the wrong thing to do
he
for him.
number one
I
fighter.
mean,
He
Bud,
might.
you're acting like Bud hasn't hit canvas, bro. Mean Machine dropped him. Canelo has never hit canvas, dog. So
Look,
you're over here saying Bud
no,
has a
he,
better
he
IQ, this and that. But you know what? Like you're comparing two different fights. The Jermell fight, okay, the haters won't give him credit, but real boxing fans, we will give him credit for the Jermell fight. With the Bud Crawford fight, that's pushing it too far. That's like another weight division below. And people forget Jermell and Canelo were at one point in the same division at 154. And
what?
he's tall. They
Oh,
were at
okay.
154.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said Jermell and Crawford. Okay, I was like, what? Yeah, you're right.
Jermell and
Yeah,
Canelo.
you're right.
They were at one point at 154, and it's just Canelo moved up because he's not a weight bully like Jermell. Jermell's just been a weight bully this whole time, so now it's time for him to finally move up. He's
Well,
outgrown
to
the
be fair,
division. He's already cleaned out the division. Once you go undisputed, you clean out the division. You move. You're supposed
well,
to move up anyways. So I don't see why people are mad that he's moving up. He needs to move up anyways.
yeah. Well, I mean, he cleared out his division. He went undisputed at 54, so it was worth staying. You know, he wouldn't have done, especially since 160 is a dead division, anyways. What was he gonna do there?
Exactly.
So, no, I'm
And his
talking about
brother, they're
Canelo.
all moving.
I
They're all
mean,
watch.
Charlo.
Watch. I've been saying this. They're all gonna move up. Spence is trying to move up to 154, and so he doesn't want to fight his homie Jermell. So Jermell is moving up. After this Canelo fight, he's gonna go back down to 160. He's gonna make the excuse, oh, 168's too much for me. I'm gonna go back to 160. His brother Jamal is gonna move up to 168.
Mm-hmm.
I see the writing on the wall, bro. They don't want to fight each other because they're all cool with each other. Obviously, they're brothers. They don't want to fight each other, and then they're homies with Spence. So they're all moving up. They're all making room for each other, bro, because they've outgrown their divisions. That's
That's
all it
okay.
is.
I'm not really itching to see Mel fight Maul or Spence. Like, there's better matchups than those, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yo, any boxing fan, what's happening?
Yo, what up, everybody?
Hey, saludos.
What's happening?
Saludos. Hey, man. Everybody knows I'm a huge Crawford fan. I got a slack for it, but honestly, I think him going up to 168 is fucking crazy, bro. I don't think it's doable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all I'm
You
saying
think
is
he'll get
if
hurt?
anybody could do it, is Bud Crawford.
No, I'm okay. Look, let me, and I get both sides. Like, Crawford's, he's not young either. He's older, but I feel like at this point, Canelo's deterioration has been more visible just because he's probably been way more active than anybody else in the fucking game, as we all know. But my thing is like everyone's saying, like, I'm a huge Crawford fan, and yeah, like everybody's saying that Mean Machine caught him, Gamboa caught him. So I'm just always thinking like we all know that in boxing, one punch can change everything, man. One punch, and I just don't know if Crawford has what it takes to take a solid fucking uppercut or a hook from Canelo, or not even one, but like many throughout the whole fight. Like, it's hard, and I honestly think that Crawford is probably a little more athletic just because he's more preserved in the way that he hasn't been so active, because like he maybe before this he used to fight once a year as well. So like it's
One
hard for me,
thing,
man, because they're both my top two, man. Like obviously I'm Mexican descent, and Canelo's will always be my favorite. And no matter who he fights, I'm always gonna favor him. But if it ever came down to me and him, not me and him, but me and him and Crawford fighting, I'm just gonna watch the fight and let it unfold how it is. I have no dog
well,
in the game, but I just,
here's
I
the
just really, realistically though, I just don't think that Crawford will go up to 160 because like everybody knows he's walking at 160 normally, and that's like when like his biggest self because we all know he's a fucking gym rat. He doesn't get fat. He doesn't, he's always in the gym, so he doesn't blow up to 190, 200 pounds like
have
other
you
welterweights like Ugas or like Spence. So he's
have
always in
you
the
ever
fucking
seen
gym.
Bud tired in a fight? You haven't, right? It
Of
doesn't
course
happen.
not. I know where
Yeah,
you're going. You can with the stamina. The thing
yeah.
is, can he take the punches though? Because
Oh no, I think Canelo should be
no,
favored. I think Canelo
no.
should be
Just
favored
let
in
me
that
let me
fight.
tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Uh huh.
The thing the difference that made this fight with Crawford and Spence was they let Crawford comfortably grow into 147. He doesn't have to cut that much weight. But there's not the same going to be at 168 because Crawford has never been 168 even normally. You know what I'm saying? Like even walking around town eating at his most heaviest, he probably has never hit not even 180 probably because he's a lean guy. He's lanky. He's fit. He stays in the gym. He's always disciplined. So I don't think he's ever been up that high. So for him to go up and actually pack on weight is going to be hard at his age because he's 34, 30, he's about to be
He'll never do.
35.
He won't
If
do.
if he goes up in weight and he maintains his
I think, yeah, I think it goes
his
160
stamina,
tops.
yeah. But I'm saying if he maintains his gas tank and obviously he still has good feet, he
Right.
gonna give
Yeah, yeah.
Canelo a lot of problems if he has
No,
that
I'm
because
not.
we
I'm
know.
not saying.
Oh yeah,
I'm
of
not.
course
I'm not
that
saying it's
style
gonna
will
be an
give
easy fight.
problems.
I'm
That's
not.
a fact, Dirk.
Yeah, I'm not saying it'll be an easy
That's a
fight. It's
fact.
just I just don't know if he can take Canelo's power because Canelo
But
already
then,
said he has to fight me at 168. That's hard for Crawford to get to, man. Let's be honest.
well, he can do it. Remember, he's got Victor Conte, so he'll get juiced up, boy.
I just think Crawford makes better. Like the only reason I give Crawford a chance against Canelo, even though
Okay,
Canelo
my
has,
my 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 main thing is why are we
you can keep it
avoiding the
there, I
real
think.
guy who's taking the risk? Why? Okay,
Cool.
why Dirk? Do you give Jamel Charlo as much confidence
Why do
going into
we?
the Canelo fight?
What exactly? And let me finish, please. What exactly is Charlo sacrificing? Because if he loses, you were supposed to lose this fight. You're the underdog. Nobody expects you to go up two weight classes and beat Canelo. And on top of that, the prize is you get the biggest payday of your whole life. So what is he really? What risk is
I
he
mean,
really
for
taking?
first of all, he does still lose
His
something.
health, bro. His
He
Not
loses
fighting
health.
his
Tim
belt.
Tszyu.
I
That's
mean,
more
he
of a
loses
risk.
his belt. He loses his belt straight away after the fight to Tim Tszyu, right? One of the belts. So there is
Okay.
some kind of pros and gains in Charlo going up. Charlo going up is because his brother couldn't fight. Remember, and Jamel stepped in.
Okay, but
And
are we?
Dirk, so to answer your question, what is he risking? You overlooked the most important thing, which is your health. Okay, in life, without your health, you're not going to be happy. He's risking his damn health, bro.
He's
Right.
not risking nothing, man.
Who's this? Is
Hey,
this
what did this guy
is it
say?
Jack
Terence
Marshall?
Crawford
Is
walks
it Jack
around that.
Marshall?
What do you think Terence
I
Crawford
don't
walks
think
around
Canelo is
that?
gonna put that kind of damage on Jamel. Could be
He
wrong, but
could,
I don't think he
he
is.
can hurt him. He can
Huh?
knock him out.
He definitely could knock out Jamel, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Hey,
Jamel,
Rap,
he's got a hell of a
expand
chin.
my photo. Rap, can you see the photo there? That's what Terence Crawford walks around at. Maybe more.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Okay, 177 pounds. Okay.
Hey, I said 180.
These fools are playing us, man. They cut so much weight you don't even understand.
Snack program, bro.
So
Hey,
168 easy work.
Bro, you don't think Tim Zoo is walking around 200 probably certain days?
180s.
Exactly. So Tim Zoo versus Crawford is a legitimate fight.
Bro,
What does
Jermel Charlo.
Mirage, let's stop there. Jamel Charlo said that he walks around at 168, 170 max.
No, he
That's
doesn't.
what he said.
No, he doesn't. No,
That's what he said, though. But that's what he said.
Bullshit. He's making excuses. He's making excuses because he knows he's gonna get fucked up. This guy easily walks around at least 180, bro.
You guys think he's heavier than he's lighter than Spence? Come on now.
Watch the interview
Spence
with
already said he weighed at 190 at times. He said it in
Kyron Davis did a 2-hour
Spence is fat, and he
2-hour
likes to
interview
eat.
yesterday.
But
Kyron Davis,
the Charlos are huge compared to Spence, bro. Come on.
Kyron Davis is sparring Canelo. He's in
Bro, the
Canelo
Charlos,
camp.
they're big. They're not like, you know, these. I mean, yeah, they're trimmed
I was
up.
talking. Can you hear me? My mic working?
No.
Kyron Davis was saying people don't understand all these fighters. Welterweights walk around in the 170s. Middleweights walk around the fucking 190s. Super middleweights 210. People. He said this is because he's in camp. Fighters weigh each other. These fans don't understand how much fighters cut. Okay.
Facts.
No. And if Crawford moves up, I reckon he beats Canelo.
Look. If they were in the same weight class, first of all, Canelo wouldn't even fight him. Well, let's get that out the way. If they were in the same weight class and same size,
I don't
and
think
everything.
Canelo still fights him, dude. I still don't think. I reckon Canelo doesn't take.
That's why he said he hasn't fought nobody. That's his way of ducking. I like it. That's it. When Canelo, that's a translation. You're a difficult opponent.
Canelo already pretty much cleared out his weight class.
TBS.
Yeah.
Huh?
Your boy's scared of a welterweight.
Honestly, beating
He's
Crawford.
He's not scared of Crawford. He knows that it does nothing for his legacy, bro. It does nothing for him, bro.
It's a risky fight. If he were to lose to Crawford, a guy coming up 3 weight classes, that would be humiliating. Even though as good as Crawford is.
But if he was to win, what people are gonna call him a cherry picker, just like they're calling him now, right? So it does zero. It does zero for his legacy. It benefits him
just like Charlo.
So it doesn't benefit. No. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, this is the first time ever that an undisputed goes against an undisputed. It's history.
Undisputed too, 2 times.
Yeah.
Matter of fact.
Yeah. Okay, but you only have to do it once, right? So after this, he can move on to Benavidez.
You know why? Because he knows he's very confident he can beat Mel, but he was not confident he can beat.
Facts. I try to tell that to scientists, but he doesn't want to admit it, bro. Crawford is a way better fighter than Mel, and you know that. You're not stupid.
Bro, see, this is the thing with you Canelo haters, bro. If he fucks up Bud, then you're going to be like, oh, he's still ducking Benavidez. If he fights Benavidez, oh, he's still ducking Bud Crawford. It's always somebody, bro.
When has Canelo ever fucked up any good fighter? He's not going to fuck up Bud. Even if he wins.
Bro, it's never good enough for you guys. That's your problem. You can't enjoy it. You guys are like those annoying people at the movie theater that hate the movie and are like, man, this movie fucking sucks, but you won't leave and you don't let anybody else enjoy the fucking movie. That's literally how you fucking Canelo haters are, bro.
Look, Canelo's never dominated any good fighter saying he's going to go in there and dominate Bud Crawford. You really believe that?
Yeah, but he came to compete with 68. He's too small to compete with.
Exactly.
I think the
That's
most
why
dominant,
there's weight classes. There's weight classes.
The most dominant victory of Canelo's career is probably what? Callum Smith?
Austin Trout.
No, that was more competitive than Callum Smith.
That was a good ass fight though. But
Trout was hard. Yeah, Trout was hard.
That was not an easy fight for Canelo.
Fight.
Right, it was a good fight. The difference is with the chins. The difference in that fight was the chins of the two fighters. Canelo just got a better
Trout
chin.
did a stanky leg. He did a stanky leg.
Championship, man. He showed.
It comes down to that sometimes.
He was a slick black fighter. And he fucked up.
No, he's not. He's black, but he ain't no slick. That's not his style. Not every black fighter fights the same, bro.
So you're an Uncle Ruckus. You're an Uncle Ruckus.
No. What you're saying is ridiculous. Not every fighter, every black fighter fights the same.
I'm fucking with you, bro. I'm fucking with you.
But he was slick though. He was a slick back fighter though. He was slick.
Okay, thank you, Mastermind.
Stop.
Thank you.
Stop it, Mastermind.
He was
You think
undefeated.
I don't trust anything you say after what you said earlier today. You said if Jermell Charlo beats Canelo, he's the greatest fighter of all time.
Canelo is number one. He the best.
No, he's not. On whose
Well,
list?
he's the face. He's the face, bro.
Right.
Okay, Tank is a big star. Is he the best fighter in the
No,
world?
he's not.
No.
No, he's not.
A bigger
He's
star
not a
than
bigger.
who?
Let me give you an example. Let me
He's
give you
the
an
biggest
not a
star at
big star.
135, but we don't even know if he's the best.
example. If
Exactly.
if a new weight jumps up and fights Tank and
Because his resume sucks.
he no,
Now, if a new way does that shit, then we got something to talk about. That's different.
he number one. But if Charlo does it, he's already undisputed. He's going after 168 undisputed. There's no doubt he's going to be an all-time great, top 10.
Here's the difference, though. Inoue is undefeated. Inoue is undefeated. Yeah, Inoue is undefeated, and he's been way more dominant in his championship fights than Jermell.
That's true. That's true.
I just have a question. Why do you guys keep trying an all-time great in history and shit when you don't know shit about the history or all-time great? Can you guys just talk about the active guys you talk about? It doesn't matter.
There we go. This nigga.
It doesn't really matter.
Who's this?
Yeah, we got all-time great. We got, man, like, really, you guys are hurting my head with this shit. Just like
nobody
you saying that
asked
Bud
you to be
Crawford
on the
is not
panel, Small. If you don't like it, take your ass somewhere else.
Sure.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here,
I got it. It's all good. It's all good. So, like I just heard, I just heard that Bud is not a legacy fight. How are you describing legacy if Bud is not a legacy fight?
It is, but it's hard. It's
Okay, great. So you just walk back that one. So now you just walk back that one. All right. So now you're saying if one of these two, anybody who's active right now is going to be top 10 all 10.
Bro,
I don't consider. I don't.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You just backed up. I don't care. You backed off your statement. I'm good with you.
All right,
you're saying that it is a legacy fight. So you just said this. It is a legacy fight. So fine. I'm fine with you.
I don't consider it a legacy fight.
It's not, but it
all right. So cool. So whoever said it's not a legacy fight, how are you describing legacy?
All right, shut the fuck up.
Legacy is something that does something for his damn legacy. This is absolutely nothing.
How are you describing legacy? How do you define legacy?
Well,
when you're
right
for a big challenge, how about a big challenge?
When you set yourself apart, when you set yourself apart and demonstrate you're exceptional, that's legacy, right? Like that.
Okay, no, it's not. That's what this is what's hurting my head. You don't know what the fuck legacy is, so that's why you're up here talking about, but it's not a legacy. So now that's out the way. The person who's talking about.
So why don't you define legacy then, bitch?
What you do that have reverberates through time. The impact it has, the lasting impact of what you do. So, anyways, we're talking about the top 10 ATGs. Who are your top 10 ATGs? That one of these guys would be a thing.
Errol Spence got his ass kicked. That's going to be remembered.
It depends on who it is you're talking about. Yeah, of course it was a legacy fight. It's also a historical achievement because it's undisputed. Yeah, it's also historical, right?
Yeah,
I got you. It's a legacy fight for both of them. It's a legacy fight for both of them. Don't you think? Okay, I got you. Hagler Hearns was a legacy fight for both guys, even though Hearns got knocked out in the third. Can we move on from this? So now somebody said that if Charlo won, if Charlo 10 ATG, who is your ATG list right now? Who's your top 10 guy? That like Charlo is gonna get in there because he beat Canelo?
Yep. Because he's the best out there.
I got you. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, who's your top 10 ATG people right now?
No,
America's Got Talent.
Floyd Money Mayweather, number one. James Toney, number two.
James Toney.
Roy
Jones. Roy Jones,
Great, yeah. Joe Lewis, number four.
What about Rocky Marciano?
Number four, Joe Lewis.
Rocky Marciano.
It's his list. It's his list. It's his list.
What about Chavez? What about Chavez, bro?
That motherfucker ain't top 10, scientist. I put Duran before I put Chavez.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm talking about the guy who said Charlo's top 10. None of you guys agreed with him, so now all you guys are helping out for his list.
My bad.
What's his list for top 10?
Listen, Roberto Duran, you know he an all-time great because he jumped up 2 weight classes to beat Sugar Ray. That's what makes him an all-time great. That's particular.
All right, so you got Duran and Chavez. That's cool. We can have 6 and 7 in no particular order, just 10 guys.
No, I ain't got Chavez in there. Hell no.
Oh, you got Chavez. Okay, you got Duran though. Okay, cool.
Roberto
Chavez
Duran.
is probably the best 140-pounder ever lived, but okay, that's cool. Who you don't have him in there? Duran. Who else you got?
Tito Felix Trinidad.
Yeah, all right.
Manny Pacquiao.
De La Hoya? What about De La Hoya, bro?
I got you, bro. He's not even ask for your Mexican ass list. It's his list.
Right. He putting in the message.
All right, they gotta be black. Okay.
It's his list. You can tell every goddamn Mexican who ever fucking boxed if I asked you your list, right? But it's his list.
Right.
His black list. All right.
Okay, great. We're not interested in your Mexican list.
Nah, I said Roberto.
Like goddamn, like let the dude live. Roberto's not Mexican, but that's all good. It's all good.
Right. Roberto Duran. Yeah, Oscar De La Hoya, Muhammad Ali. That's 10 of them.
All right, cool. All right. So you think Jamel Charlo is better than Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson?
No, if he beats Canelo, he's gonna be in the conversation. I ain't gonna say he's necessarily better, but he's right there with him.
You said top 10. You said top 10.
Yeah, competitive.
I named 2 people. You named 10 people. I named 2. So my list is now 12. So the list now is 12 that I'm asking. I'm asking, how did you mention those people? How do you mention Tito without mentioning Sugar Ray Leonard? But whatever. But how do you mention any of these people without mentioning Sugar Ray Robinson?
Ray Leonard got beat by Hector Camacho, man. That tell you everything you need to know.
And Tito Trinidad got beat by Bernard Hopkins. You didn't put Bernard Hopkins up there.
Up there, that's 2 weight classes.
Yeah, but Leonard was old when he lost to Camacho, bro. Come on.
He jumped up to 160 and got beat. He was going for greatness.
Okay, hold up a second. Wait. Okay. If I get this right, Canelo is not on your list, but the guy that beats Canelo is on your list.
Yeah, Money Mayweather. Yep. Now Bivol.
No, I'm talking about Charlo. You don't know. You're saying Charlo gets on your list, but Canelo's not on your list.
Hell no, man. He the best.
If Canelo's not on your list, how does Charlo beating Canelo get him on the list?
He's being logical. Bro.
No, remember what I said? Canelo is the best fighter on the planet right now. He's number 1.
That's fine. That's fine. There's a lot of guys who
divisions. Do you understand? It's more.
All right. So when Tio beats, I got it. The 2 divisions that you talked about. Since we're talking about all-time great, here's the other part of it. You're victims of the moment. The 168-pound division is not that old. It's not even an all-time great division to even talk about jumping up 2 divisions.
Yeah, that's tough to do.
Let's put this in. That Loma was because you talk about all time. Isn't that every single time, not just generation? Well, that's what the conversation is. You just keep chirping in. I'm gonna give you guys back. I'm gonna give it back to you in 1 second.
So he is great too.
I'm trying to figure out what it is you mean.
Lomachenko all-time great. He proved it against Gary Russell.
Right. But when Loma won and Tio fucking beat him, did Tio become an all-time great? What does being number 1 and right now mean anything?
He looks like he might be headed to the Hall of Fame. Looking at his career, it looks like Tio might be headed to the Hall of Fame in my opinion.
He might be. I don't disagree with you. He does look like he's headed to the Hall of Fame. How many Hall of Greats? Like what percentage, if you had to take a guess, would be like all-time greats out of all the Hall of Famers? Or do you just say if you get in the Hall of Fame, that means you're an all-time great?
Yeah, it's different levels though. Like you said, top 10. That's a whole different ball game. Top 10, 20%.
All right, so okay, I got you. I'm with it. You guys go back to what you do. I understand where you're coming from now. Go ahead.
Yeah, Aaron Pryor. Shit. Yeah, but you right, De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez. You can't think of them. There's so many all-time greats. Yeah, Mike Tyson. Shit, they've been killing it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to kill the panel. I was trying to figure out.
GTS. Let me ask you a question now. So, what's your opinion of this Canelo versus Jamel fight? Are you excited for it, or do you think it's a shitty fight?
I'll get excited about it closer to the fight. Canelo, Probably, I'm not gonna be that excited for his fights, unless he fights Bivol, better be, or probably Bud. Like, so, like, kind of extraordinary that Bud will fight. But if that fight happens, but really,
Really?
like Canelo, yeah, Canelo, I think
So
should beat everybody.
you don't want
I
him?
feel like
You don't
Canelo
want him
should
to
beat
fight
all.
Benavidez?
Can I answer the
What
question?
about?
Can I finish the question? Can I finish the question? Like, I don't think any of these other guys are real big challenges. Maybe Dave Morrell has what it takes to, but he's so green and so untested. I just don't know. So yeah, like all these people. So it's kind of
All
like,
right, so so you're not really wanting the Benavidez fight.
I don't care. It could happen. Wanting it, I mean, I think Canelo's gonna beat his ass. Like,
Okay, so it's okay, and that's your opinion, and everyone's got their opinion, but I just think it's strange how you want him to go either to 175 and fight these giants or fight this little fucking welterweight.
hey, I don't know
That's like
because he's
that's
already done
extreme.
everything else. Because he's
Yeah,
already
because
done everything
you
else.
said
I
you
don't need
want
to
him to
say.
fight Bud. You
He
want
still
no,
hasn't cleaned
I
out
let
his
you
own
talk.
division.
Yeah,
He
I let you
still
talk.
hasn't cleaned out his own division. He hasn't done everything.
I
You
don't.
want him?
What do you mean his own division? I
Hold on.
don't care about these
I
guys.
let you
Like,
talk. I let you talk. I let you talk.
yeah,
So you want him
I
to
know you're making
either
a bunch of
you
points.
want him to either
I'm trying to respond to your points.
you want
What I
him to
like is the
either
challenge.
fight
I'm
Bud
interested in the
Crawford.
challenge. Yes, I'm interested in the challenge. The same way that he would be challenging himself if he went up. I would like to see the Bud challenge himself going up. And I also think the style is kind of intriguing. The weight difference is not that big a deal to me especially when you start talking about all-time greats. Because if you don't understand that there are guys who are lightweights fighting middleweights and light heavyweights, if you want to go to the all-time greats, a lot of the new fans want to talk about all-time great, but really they're just talking about this new era where you stay inside of 5 pounds fighting a guy or 12 pounds, where guys used to be outweighed by 30, 40 pounds going into fights. You want to talk about all-time great shit.
Lomachenko, Orlando Toledo. That was a welterweight versus a what featherweight. He weighed 147. And
Yeah, like
Lomachenko.
at this point, like when you start talking about the best of generations and shit, like Bud and Canelo, like who you don't see any challenges, or even Monster Inoue to a certain extent, right? Like they don't like no one's interested in Monster doing the 122s and the 126s. I really in the 130s. They want him to go up to 135 and fight Monster and fight Tank. They want to see the challenge. The lasting impact of the shit that you do. Go ahead.
Yeah, but how is Crawford a challenge for Canelo? Like, how can he be challenging himself going down 3 divisions?
Oh, well, how is he a challenge for Canelo? Crawford is a challenge. Well, first off, because those divisions are fucking fabricated divisions. They're not that big a deal. But at the end of the day, you're talking about 19 pounds. 19 pounds of fight, where everybody starts talking about how great Fury is. Nobody mentions that he was outweighed by 50 fucking pounds. But meanwhile, when Bud comes up, it's like, oh no, how can you do that? There's all these divisions. Well, the weight is the thing you're talking about, right? When you start talking about divisions, you're talking about the weight.
The weight is too much for Crawford.
Yeah.
Cannot fight him.
Who said the weight is too much for Crawford? Who says the weight is too much? Like, do you mean that you can't win unless you win?
No.
But those heavyweights don't have to cut weight.
Okay, great. Well, they don't have. So what? So cutting weight is that make it harder or easier? And Bud wouldn't have to cut weight; he'd be gaining weight.
Definitely makes it. Yeah, and that would affect him too.
Yeah, but Bud wouldn't be cut. But won't be cutting weight though. So he can come in however the fuck he wants. He didn't have to cut weight. He can do is walk around weight.
One thing I agree with, he doesn't need to come in. People say like he has to come in at 168. He could literally come in 155 and still be good.
Yeah, be fine. Fine. So what? He gives up 10 or 13 pounds. Like, okay, guys, rehydrate bigger. You still got to go in there and whip his ass.
However, on fight night, Canelo might outweigh him by like 25, 30. That does make a difference.
I mean, it may be bad for Canelo. We don't know. So hold up. Can his hand hold up? His feet are already slow. What happens when he goes in there and he's way fucking bigger than the dude that's already faster than him?
You still haven't answered. How is Canelo challenging
Crawford's reflexes and his gas tank? We don't know.
Again, right. So again, I said if Canelo moved up to fight Bivol and better be, that would be him challenging himself. Did you catch that part or did you miss it?
He already fought.
Right, I got you. So check out the entire sentence, Mirage. Check out the whole sentence so you don't have to toggle between two things and confuse yourself. I know you are, but you're confusing it because of your focus.
Okay.
Yes, the guys who are challenging themselves are the guys moving up. The guys who are already there are not challenging themselves. They're just proving who they are. So Bivol and Better Be were not challenging themselves. if they fight Canelo. Canelo is not
So
challenging
Canelo is
himself
not
challenging himself if he fights Canelo,
Crawford.
and I like the challenge. What I'd like to see is they challenge. Well, who's challenging themselves if Canelo fights
How is
Benavidez?
Canelo
Who's challenging themselves in that fight?
Crawford? No, I'm still waiting
Who's
for my
challenging
answer.
themselves in the Benavidez?
I'm still
Who's
waiting for
challenging
my answer. I'm
themselves in
going to wait all
Benavidez?
day for my
I know
answer.
you
I'll
might
wait
be
all
waiting. I
day.
mean, I
I'll
got
wait
you.
all day.
It's all good. It's all good,
How
dude.
is
Just chill out.
Canelo challenging
You don't have to be
himself
impatient.
fighting
Okay, I got
Crawford?
you. You want to keep repeating it? If you
Yeah, until I get
understand
an
what I said.
answer, Chumpster.
Holy shit. I mean, I get it.
So
You want
Canelo
to
is
do
not
this whole
challenging
thing.
himself if he
I
fights
didn't
Crawford.
say that the guys who were
Then why do you
already at
want
the
to see
weight
that
class
fight?
were challenging themselves.
All right, let him talk.
Because I would like to. Okay, there's two
Yeah.
guys in a fight. Right, there's two guys in a fight.
Yeah.
Both guys don't need to be challenging themselves. One guy can, for the fight to be interesting, only so. I didn't say both guys are challenging themselves if they fight.
Really? I'd rather see
Really,
both
really?
guys challenge themselves. I'd rather
Okay,
see
great,
both.
but
That's a real
neither one
fight.
of the guys. Okay, wait. I mean, I hear you, but not every fight is a challenge for both guys.
So,
I don't think Benavidez and Canelo is a challenge for both guys. Right, I don't. Correct. That's why I don't
Canelo
think
beats
that
Benavidez.
Benavidez and Canelo is a challenge for both guys.
Because you don't understand boxing.
I know. I got it. I hear you. You can.
Okay, who's the bigger challenge, Terence Crawford or Benavidez for Canelo?
Benavidez, but he still beats Benavidez.
It may be Terence Crawford. It may be Benavidez.
So
You don't know. You
So
don't know until you see the fights.
if Terence Crawford or Benavidez, who's the bigger challenge for Canelo?
I mean, I can tell you on paper. I can tell you on paper. On paper, I can tell you what. Yes.
Boxing?
Correct.
Okay,
We're talking about legacy. Again, the conversation was about legacy, not about how hard the fight's going to be. We don't know how hard the fight is going to be until they actually fight.
If Canelo wins, how does it add to his legacy to beat Crawford?
Because Crawford is a Hall of Famer. That will always be a thing. And also because he'll be coming up, he'll be fighting a guy from 2 weight classes down.
If he beats Devin Haney, that'll add to his legacy as well.
Yeah.
More so than David Benavidez, yes. I don't know how you keep having these conversations every fucking panel. Every time I tell you the same fucking thing, every single time. Like, listen, I understand because you're not very bright. Because you're not very bright, actually.
I don't think anybody agrees with you.
You're just looking at the name. So
I know, but you don't know what legacy means. So I mean, I understand why you know this about legacy, not about who has a tougher fight.
You have your own special definition of.
No, I don't have an own special definition, bro. You just look at the dictionary. All you have to do is go to the dictionary, bro. No, just go to the dictionary.
Urban
like literally what you said is nonsense.
Legacy in boxing means you achieve some sort of.
I got you. I don't need for you guys to try to tell me what boxing means and how you try to redefine shit because your points are dumb.
You do.
You're just sitting there.
You're not letting anybody talk.
I've been listening to you.
Yeah, if it's about legacy fights beating up like an easy fight, no, it's an achievement, a significant challenge. That's a legacy fight. So beating up.
Okay, that's what. That's. I mean, you can try to redefine how you can redefine legacy all you want. Okay, great. So, how much? A legacy can be a challenge. Doesn't necessarily have to be one.
Okay. True. What kind of examples was a legacy fight not a challenge for a fight that added to a legacy?
Okay, Roberto Duran versus Tommy Hearns. How about Arturo Gatti versus Floyd? I can keep going on and on about this shit. You just don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're wasting my time.
Yeah.
So why are you here? Stop wasting your time with this, bro.
No, he's wasting my time. I say us. It's not a crowdsourced opinion. Marab is wasting my time.
That was a legacy fight.
And you don't know what legacy means.
That was a legacy fight
because both guys will be talked about in a fight.
True.
The same way that Cale Brook gets talked about Triple G, both guys will be talked about. Loma, both guys will be talked about. Same way Bud and Spence, both guys because it's a fight between 2 guys. That's why.
Okay, you got a really weird definition of legacy. You don't understand.
No, I don't. You just don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm here to help you wait until it's smart.
You don't. The whole point of a legacy is the challenge. The challenge.
Yeah, I get from your bullshit definition that nobody's interested in. You're watching boxing like 5 minutes and trying to fucking. You've been watching boxing 5 minutes trying to tell me what the fuck it goes. Like you don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? Do you notice how they're always moving up? They're not moving down because moving up is.
They move up and down. Yeah, they move up and down. Okay. And moving down is the challenge after you moved up.
More so they move up. It's very rare for them to keep moving down. They move up and then they get credit.
Keep moving down. It's very rare for anyone to keep moving
up.
What does that mean? Anything? What does that mean? Who's talking about moving down?
Legacy. You very rarely get credit
Awesome.
for beating up a guy who's smaller. Very rare. Very rare.
Wow. And now, welcome to the conversation. That's why Bud moving up and Canelo moving up is more interesting than them fighting the people that they're already in their divisions that we think they're going to beat anyway.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Canelo gets no credit for beating up Bud. Maybe from you, because you don't understand.
Canelo gets no credit for beating up. I mean, whatever. I don't know what you mean, no credit. This is your thing.
Get criticized.
Okay, great. Because Triple G gets criticized for beating up Kell Brook. Because Loma gets criticized for beating up Rita. No, he doesn't. Yeah, of course he does.
Not much.
No, he gets penalized for breaking Kell Brook's orbital. He doesn't get any credit for that. You don't shut the fuck up and get on with this.
But they always
always. You don't know fucking what you're talking about. Who's they? Who's they? Name the fights. I'm trying to get helping you out.
It's kind of like people not giving.
Yeah, I got you.
I moved up 2 divisions, didn't he?
Yeah. Name the fights, bro. Name the fights. I'm done with your fucking weird ass logic. Name the fights. Give me examples.
2 divisions.
Give me examples in boxing, not from thought process. Name the fights.
Name what?
That's what I thought. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me stop wasting my time.
Yo, let me say something. It's like people not recognizing that Nonito broke Inouye's orbital bone in the first fight.
Yeah, that was definitely part of his legacy, right? That'll be part, like people will be talking about his law when they meet up, when they talk about Nonito Donaire.
He got beat the second fight, but the first fight he broke his orbital bone. No one's ever done that to his career.
Roberto Duran, not only did he move up and beat Sugar Ray Leonard, but he also taught Sugar Ray Leonard psychological warfare that helped Sugar Ray Leonard turn around and beat Marvin Hagler. So moving up 2 divisions.
Nobody's arguing the guy moving up that's on a legacy.
Okay, great, awesome. It's a legacy for both of them. Like, you can't have a legacy in a fight that only is a legacy for one person.
Okay.
That literally never happens.
If Canelo fights Crawford, the only legacy will be if he loses. That'll definitely hurt his legacy.
That legacy will be win, lose, or draw. The fight is the legacy. It's called a legacy fight, not a legacy win.
Okay, legacy.
That's cool. But we're talking about a legacy fight.
It hurts your legacy. Yeah. It either hurts a legacy or improves a legacy. It's not just some.
Legacy. It could have no effect on your legacy. No, actually, legacy fights are just legacy fights. There's a two guys legacy by getting bit up.
Like they're going to say, wait a minute,
you could hurt your legacy. It's true.
When Errol Spence got destroyed by Terence Crawford, that hurt his legacy.
People are going to say, wait a minute, you lost to a 37-year-old welterweight who you pulled up from 3 weight classes below. That's what they're going to say.
I got it. The point is, it's still your legacy. You're just talking about what impact it has, whether it's positive or negative. It's still legacy. It didn't all of a sudden not become legacy because it's negative.
Well, you
can keep trying with your logic because you don't know fights, bro. Like, you come up here and try to make, like, you don't understand logic, and all you do is talk out of your ass.
The whole point is it helps the legacy. That's the whole point.
We're talking about Mirage. We're talking about this dude. Like, it helps legacy, whatever, dude. We talk about legacy fights. Benavidez is not one.
Hey, Canelo, listen to Canelo. He actually said it. He says that I don't get no credit if I beat him. Okay, so maybe you go tell Canelo.
Awesome. Then why do you think he's going to fight him then? Then why do you think he's going to fight him?
Well, there's a reason why nobody. When people talk about Lomachenko, nobody brings up Rigo. There's a reason for that, even though Rigo's a great fighter.
They do bring up Rigo all the fucking time. They do bring up Rigo because they say that's one of that's literally in the vein they bring up Rigo when it comes to Loma. It probably is his best win in his entire career.
They don't say that's his best win or even top 3.
Okay, so who is? So who would they say is his best win or his top 3? If not Rigo.
I would say his best wins are probably Gary Russell. Who else?
Linares,
yeah, I forgot about
Linares. You say Linares is a better win than Rigo? Okay, whatever.
Yeah, he is because he's a bigger man than Lomachenko.
Linares is a pound for pound guy. So we had 2 gold medal pound for pound guys fighting each other. Man. So you're trying to tell me that now he's saying that Linares was the better. Okay, whatever, guys.
Yes. I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. Listen, I'm good. It's fine. Like, if you need to go to Linares to turn around Rigo, like, come on, bro.
If Bud,
like, nobody would know Linares if nobody would even know Linares if Loma didn't fight him.
Exactly.
Like, literally, like Loma put Linares' name on the fucking map What Luke Campbell
The
did?
motherfucker was a champion when
Okay,
Loma fought him. Like,
okay. Hold up a second. Name me 2 guys Linares fought before he fought Loma.
it don't matter because he was a
Okay, that's
champion
what I
at
know. It
higher
don't
weight
matter.
class.
I got you, bro.
No. Hear me out.
I'm hearing.
Hear
I'm
me
listening.
out. Hear me out. It don't matter because he was a champion in a higher weight class, and not to mention he's a naturally bigger man than Lomachenko. So off of that, it was a difficult
I
fight,
hear you. What I'm talking about is legacy,
and he
right?
got
When you
power.
talk about the legacy of Lomachenko, no one's going around. Oh no, it's Loma. It's fucking Rigo. As a matter of fact, everyone was proud for the Rigo fight. I don't know if you remember the build up to Conor McGregor and Floyd, and Loma tried to say some shit to Conor, and Conor told him to go fight Rigo. Like the entire fucking boxing world was talking about that fight. Who the fuck was talking about Linares and Loma?
Gary Russell.
Loma said it himself. I don't think
Yeah,
that
Gary
deserves
Russell was a
much
hell of a
credit for that
fight.
fight.
Gary Russell was a hell of a fight. I'm not even. He said 3 of them. I would have said, and like if you would have said which ones are for Loma was the best win that people talk about, I would have said the
You
Gary
could
Russell
argue.
Jr. win. That's obvious. The Gary Russell Jr., the Nicholas Assman Walters, and the Rigo. Those are
You
the
could
3
argue
fights that I
Devin
hear
Haney.
about Loma. But
Hey,
I said when he fought Linares.
listen, Gary Russell
But
fight.
he also didn't win that fight. He also didn't win that fight.
Oh, listen, Gary Russell and Lomachenko was a legacy fight, though. That's what you got to realize. That's a legacy fight in itself. Gary Russell, Lomachenko, Orlando.
It was. It might be. I think that is probably his best win. If I was to pick one, it would be Gary Russell Jr. But the thing about the Gary Russell Jr. fight was, I mean, whatever. It is what it was.
He dominated that man.
Got the most legacy
He
fight.
didn't. It was a close fight, and they didn't call a drop. That Gary Russell Jr. dropped him in that fight and didn't get a call in like the 4th round or some
I
shit.
don't know about that.
Yep.
I mean, I know you should go back and check it out. Then you will know.
Ain't nobody better than Crawford, but 168 is too much to move up. He can't win it that way. That's too much to move up right there. Man, he'll get hurt. He'll get embarrassed. He could be winning the fight and get hurt real late. That's what I think will happen. He'll be winning. Canelo hit him with one of them uppercuts, stop the fight 1 punch. But he's too small. He never can have that.
Listen, like if you have future Hall of Famers around your weight class and you have an opportunity to fight them, you fight those dudes. When it comes to Charlo, yeah, he has an advantage because he's been fighting at higher weights, and that's cool. But is it so much of an advantage that I think it becomes unfair? No, I just think Canelo's better than fucking Jamel Charlo. Does that mean Jamel Charlo can't win? No, it doesn't mean he can't win. It's a little middleweight. Jamel Charlo's a rangier guy. You know, Canelo's the guy more acclimated to the weight class and his understands how to like maneuver the weight and all that other shit. Cool. I'm not mad at it. I'm not like, it is what it is. Charlo might be a Hall of Famer. He's an undisputed guy. Let that happen. Bud is a Hall of Famer. Challenge. If Canelo's willing to take the fight, I'm interested in the fight because of the style matchup and also the historic nature of it. When you start talking about all-time greats, this is what the all-time greats did. They took challenges on like fucking this, right? This is how you get to Henry Armstrong being 3 division champs in an 8 division era, being from featherweight, lightweight, and welterweight champion, right? But they fucking robbed him. That is the kind of shit that is all-time great shit. Not just saying 3 divisions.
But if Crawford wins that fight against Canelo, he is the greatest fighter of all time. He would be over Ray Robinson.
He would be one of. You didn't even have Ray Robinson as part of your top 10. Like, bro, like I'm just saying, like.
No, but these people don't even have to be spoken. They in on Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying when I say all-time great. I have a different thing with what you were talking about. Which is why I poked around and I understood where you were coming from with it. That's not like, I got it. I just didn't understand where you're coming from. I mean, he'll definitely be the best of this generation. That doesn't mean he's the best of all time. Because then we'll start telling you about Joe Gans and fucking Barbados Joe. We're talking about welterweights that was knocking out heavyweights and a guy who never weighed more than 137 pounds fighting light heavyweights. That's all-time great shit. And I'm talking about Sam Langford fight, like, fighting guys, fighting 2 Hall of Famers, ATGs the same week. Stuff like that. That's the all-time great stuff.
Remember Larry Merchant asked Sweet Pea Whitaker, he said, What you think about going up to 168 and fighting Roy Jones Jr. when Sweet Pea was number one and Roy was number two? He said that's preposterous. It ain't nothing changed from all the years ago. It's preposterous to think Crawford could go up there and compete with that motherfucker at 168.
Because they're not the same thing. Okay, Roy Jones is one of three men to go from middleweight to heavyweight champion.
Yep.
That's not the same. Just because Sweet Pea, who started out at lightweight, can't go up and fight the guy who went all the way up to heavyweight. Okay, I guess. But Sam Langford did. He went all the way from lightweight to heavyweight. It's just that Sweet Pea couldn't. That doesn't mean that nobody can.
Like I said, James.
And Sweet Pea didn't have the best button. Like he's all right. Like James Toney, he's nice. He's the other guy. Yeah, he's the other guy. Him and Bob Fitzsimmons. Roy Jones, James Toney, Bob Fitzsimmons.
Yeah, and then Roy was so gangster, he came back down to light heavyweight and beat Tarver. That was it. That was amazing. He should have retired right then that day. He accomplished everything.
I can see. Here's the thing. I can understand when people want to see fights, right? And just go, well, I want to see this fight versus this other fight. But then when you start just shitting on fights that are really on paper some of the best fights that boxing has to offer, you probably just need to see what maybe your biases aren't worth fucking upending the entire history and tradition of the fucking sport. Check yourself, maybe.
Yeah, Mayweather Triple G. It's the reason he didn't step in there with that big boy, that big Triple G, because he was 160. It's too much for Mayweather to go after. He's like, I'm not fighting
I don't think that. I think Mayweather had bigger fish to fry for more money at the end of his career, right? He was like, yeah, I'm about to fight Conor all the money in the world. Like, why the fuck? And then retire. You know what I mean?
Buzz Power could travel. I'm not saying he can hurt Canelo, but I bet you he has respectable power up at 68. And
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the difference with Mayweather. Mayweather couldn't really. I'm not saying he didn't have any power, but at 47 he wasn't punching like he was at 35. Buzz still
Sweet Pea not only didn't have Bud's power, but Sweet Pea didn't even have Bud's output, limited as Bud's output was. But even at welterweight Sweet Pea, his output dropped off significantly from lightweight. And also he got robbed a bunch. He started doing coke and all that shit. Fuck no, he wasn't gonna beat Roy Jones.
I don't know if people realize this. If Bud really wanted to, he could make a lot of these fights boring. He could be very defensive and just move around the ring and just pick you apart that way. What makes y'all think he can't do that in higher weight class? Because at 47, he's knocking people out and being an aggressor. But if he fights a guy like Canelo, he can easily make the adjustment and just be the out and out boxer.
He not bigger than the sport. They got weight classes for a reason. What makes you think he could jump up 3 weight classes and even give this guy?
What reason do you think they have weight? Okay, so let me ask you this: what reason do you think they have weight classes? People say they have for a reason, but they never say what the reason is.
Remember, I told you, Tito Trinidad Bernard Hopkins. He was too big for him. It wasn't nothing but the size. He was too small. He was fighting a welterweight.
Hold up a second. But Tito Trinidad was a champion at that weight. He might have been too small for Bernard Hopkins. That doesn't mean he was too small for the weight.
Right.
Bernard Hopkins is the guy that went all the way to light heavyweight.
Fine. He's not as big as these other 68 pounders. He's not like Caleb Plant. That dude is huge. Or even a Benavidez. You're not going to see Bud fight Benavidez. That's a step too far. But Canelo's 5'8". Yeah, he's thick. Pause. He's got short arms. He's a big dude, but at the same time, he's not really that big. So it's more feasible that Bud could fight a Canelo as opposed to a Benavidez or even a dude like Andre Durrell. Those dudes are big.
Yeah, he got to fight Tim Tszyu. He got to fight them type of guys. Charlo, if he come back down, he don't need to go up. That's how they trick you out of your position, by going up. Tito got tricked out of his position. If he would have avoided Hopkins and Roy, he would have been undefeated. He ran right to a fight train.
Come on, man. Tito was cool, but he got robbed in the Oscar fight. Tito was all right. How the hell he made your top 10 all-time grades, but I think it's just these are the fights you watched.
No, both of them made it. Oscar and Tito. Oscar the one chose.
I know. I'm just saying. It seems like you were just watching a lot of '90s shit. That's cool. And
Yeah.
you no Hagler, no Hearns, no Leonard, no Robinson, no like man, I could go on and on. But whatever. I did like. I mean, from that era, those are great guys from that era. I just don't think that they're all. I don't know. And okay, so what? Yeah, go ahead.
Sugar Ray Leonard was on the couch for 3 years. He let a dude come in and whoop for 3 years and run you out the ring, retired you. You let Sugar Ray, a welterweight, jump up and wait off the bench 3 years, and he beat you. I'm thinking,
Yeah, you know how that happened because that's what Sugar Ray Leonard was doing his whole career. He knocked out Tommy Hearns. He's the first guy to stop him in the undisputed fight. Sugar Ray Leonard was even in the Olympics to get his gold medal. He beat a fucking dude that was knocking people out in the Olympics. A guy who went on to beat Mike McCallum and John Mugabe to get gold medals in the next fucking thing in the world. Like Sugar Ray Leonard was just that thing that like all of a sudden Marvin Hagler is not the truth because Sugar Ray Leonard beat him in a controversial decision where he like ace-sided the whole fucking situation when Hagler was about to retire and Sugar Ray Leonard pumped him for fucking secrets to beat him.
Beat the shit out of him, like you said.
He didn't beat the shit. No, he didn't beat the shit out of him. He didn't beat the shit out of him. It's a split decision, controversial, the biggest ring to ever exist in the sport of boxing that he ran around for. Yeah, whatever, dude. It is what it is. I'm not saying he won the fight. It was not only was he was on the couch for 3 years, but he only had one fight really in 5 years, and it was against a journeyman. So it's a hell of a feat. I'm not saying it's not a hell of a feat, but you're talking about two ATGs.
Yo, smoke.
You're not talking about like one guy's real good and the other guy's not, and so like let's degrade both of them. That's not what was going on in that fight. But,
Yo, smoke. My bad, doggy. My bad to interrupt, dog. I'll be quick, dog. Just be a minute. Hey, yo, rap. Yo, dog, we need some structure up in this place, dog. We need a clean house, man. You got a lot of bitches in your chat right now, dog. We got fucking Garcia, aka Cuxia, fucking Mr. Potato Head, fucking what you call it, Mr. Potato Head, Peter Griffin, the boxing scientist. We got J Rocks is out there just kissing everybody's cocks. These lames need to get the fuck out, dog. We need a clean house, dog. These fools are fucking whack ass, bitch ass lames, dog. They're just trolls. They never fucking talk boxing. These motherfuckers. These are a bunch of bitches, a bunch of lames, dog. We can't get down with these fools, man. These fools got to get the fuck out, dog. Just a request, homie. Just my 2 cents, homie. With a lot of CCD infiltration, homie. Shit's about to get real polluted and shady, dog. I'm telling you, man. They're creeping up on us, man. All right, man. I'm out.
Yo, that was crazy.
Sweet Pea Whitaker. Don't forget about Sweet Pea Whitaker. He's one of the greatest of all time also. Sweet Pea Whitaker.
One of the best lightweights, yeah.
Yeah, one of the greatest ever to put on the glove.
What was that? What the fuck was that about, Alonzo? You don't. First of all, you just hopped on here just to talk shit about people, bro. You say I don't talk about boxing, bro. I always talk about boxing on this panel, bro. All you do is bring drama. Get the fuck out of here. You're not gonna tell Rap how to run his fucking channel, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, continue, you guys.
Sweet Pea might be the most influential fighter stylistically, like because you see a lot of his style in a lot of these fighters. Floyd, obviously, he looked up to Sweet Pea. You see it in Bud, Shakur, Devin. All these guys looked up to copy Sweet Pea stuff. Boots, all of them.
See, like just because you go up to challenge, it means that it doesn't mean you're gonna win. It's the fight that's interesting. Like the fact that you would take the challenge and the intrigue. The style, it's an interesting style matchup. Maybe it's too much. Like Charlo, Canelo, the size might be too much. Bud might be prohibitive. But it's the fight that is the issue, not like whether or not you're gonna actually win the fight. Win, lose, or draw, take the fucking.
You got to win the fight. Like Frank Martin, he has to win against the Shakur. He can't go in there and look good. He can't win 4 or 5 rounds. You win the fucking fight. You don't need to be like, oh, that's Shakur. I just need. No, you must beat that motherfucker. You got to win the fight.
Here's the thing. No, it's not Frank Martin that has to do that. Shakur has to do that. I mean, Frank Martin, like, there's no pressure on Frank Martin. Nobody thinks he has in hell. Like, nobody thinks Frank Martin's about to win this fight. As a matter of fact, if Shakur Stevenson struggles with Frank Martin, then he's gonna get called a hype job.
Frank need to win that
Like
fight.
Frank Martin get his ass whooped every second of every round, get dropped every round of the fucking fight, and that's what people expect.
No.
That's bullshit.
He won.
Who thinks Frank Martin's gonna win?
No,
Who thinks
I
Frank
don't
Martin's
think
got a
Frank.
shot at this fight?
No,
Who
he
thinks he has a
doesn't have
shot
a
at this
shot.
fight?
He doesn't have a shot.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but the way you're framing it it sounds like Shakur doesn't deserve any credit if he does do what he's supposed to do.
I mean, I don't know
Frank
what deserves credit. I think it'll be. I don't know. It will be one of his better wins. I don't know what credit you just bring those Ghost Martin. This is his first title fight.
Well, people keep saying he hasn't fought anybody, but technically Frank hasn't achieved more than Oscar Valdez, for example.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like Frank Martin is okay, but he's right in line with the people that Shakur has already fought. That people say he's not fighting anybody.
Well, for the Devin Haney people, because I know a lot of them are praying and hoping.
No, you just said, but you literally just said. Well, you literally just said Oscar Valdez. No, you literally just said Oscar Valdez is more accomplished. That's the point.
No,
people don't give him credit for Oscar Valdez, who's more accomplished. Like, how's Frank Martin going to give him the credit
after Shakur
Valdez did it?
After Shakur beats the shit out of Frank Martin, and he will beat the shit out of Frank Martin.
He will.
Yeah, I mean, I expect it.
Y'all gonna see why all these motherfuckers are ducking Shakur Stevenson. Lomachenko.
Not really. I mean, listen, it's hard to call a guy a duck when you're turning down offers. It's like really, that's the part about the Shakur Stevenson fans that they don't get. It's like they're trying to revive this whole duck thing to make Shakur look better against guys that he's supposed to beat. Like,
hey, do y'all remember this? This to everybody listening and everybody in the room. Y'all remember for years when Spence fans kept telling how Crawford was ducking Earl Spence and all these dumbass narratives. He wouldn't take a certain deals that Spence and them are offering him. And then everybody was telling, look, skill for skill, Crawford is a better fighter than Spence. Oh, no, we don't want to hear that. He's ducking him. Look, bro, it's going to be the same thing with Shakur getting in the ring with Devin Haney. They're not on the same level when it comes to skills. And this is what the game is all about.
Hold up, you did change it up. You just said that people are ducking Shakur.
They are.
Okay, well then then your analogy doesn't make sense because you're saying that
low balling is a form of ducking.
How is offering 25% for undisputed a low ball again?
Because you're not a 75% type of guy. You're not Floyd Mayweather. You're not De La Hoya. You're not even Tank Davis.
But you are undisputed though. But it's all undisputed though.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so I'm still understanding how 25% undisputed is a low ball offer.
First of all, we don't even know what's in the pot.
Right, no one does. That's what 25%.
How do we know Shakur taking 25% is not him taking less money than he did to fight Yoshino? If that's the case, he definitely shouldn't take the fight.
Okay, nobody knows. You don't know that of the fight.
No, but I'm saying also because there was this narrative that Shakur turned down $8 million. Who the fuck is going to offer Shakur Stevenson $8 million if he's taking 25%? Then let's do the math. Let's do the math real quick. If $8 million,
why? Just call it a bullshit narrative and move on. We don't have to do this math. No. It's a bullshit narrative. The narrative. Here's the thing. The narrative is based on a misconception. Somebody said, "Let's say $8 million." Not the pot was $8 million. It was a hypothetical. It's just a bullshit narrative. We don't have to entertain the bullshit narrative. We don't have to entertain the bullshit narrative. We know it's not a $33 million fight, a $32 million fight.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. So
I said it already. The point I'm making is you called it a low ball offer. I said 25%. I never said $8 million. I'm asking you, like, how is 25% of undisputed a low ball offer?
Because Devin Haney definitely should be the A side, whatever you want to call it. But not no damn 75-25. Like if you're really serious about that fight, you should be.
Why for undisputed?
Let me finish. I'm not going to take long. I promise, Smoke. If you're really serious about that fight happening, you should be willing to negotiate.
Awesome. How is 75-25 for undisputed a low ball offer?
Because Devin Haney is not a bigger star than Shakur Stevenson. That's arguable.
Okay. Again, if you're getting 25%, all right. So
you're just using the belts.
So the belts don't matter. The belts, right, I got it because
but it's not the only part of it.
It should be for sure. Not all he's getting. They're not asking him to fight for free. He's getting the belts and 25%.
It's disrespectful.
How is it this? Okay, so Shakur Stevenson. If I understand this, let me just walk this there, and maybe
That's
if
like
I
something you
lay
offer
out
Frank
my thing,
Martin.
the way I'm thinking, maybe you can tell me where I'm going wrong. Right.
That's
So
something
Shakur
you offer Frank
Stevenson was
Martin.
at 130 pounds. They didn't offer Frank Martin that, but anyway, that doesn't matter. Frank Martin getting 25% for undisputed would be a
Didn't you pick Spence to beat Crawford?
that would be charity. Actually, that would be a great offer if you gave Frank Martin 25%. For Shakur Stevenson, is just fair. But
Didn't you
anyway,
pick
the
Spence?
point
Didn't
being,
you pick Spence to beat Crawford?
I did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just love
Yeah,
being
so,
wrong, huh?
well, I didn't pick Ryan Garcia to beat Tank. I didn't beat
I
Loma
mean, that's
I didn't pick
obvious.
Loma to beat Haney. I didn't pick Loma to
Well,
beat
he
Haney.
arguably
I didn't
did. He
pick.
arguably did
I mean,
win
I
that
get,
fight. So
but I don't know what. Well, argue with the judges because none of the judges saw that argument. So anyway, that's not even the point. I don't know why you're trying to argue with me. I didn't score a fight.
so if you
Point
thought
being,
Spence could beat Crawford,
point
that
being,
tells me all I need to know about your
I
boxing
got.
knowledge.
I mean, I hear you. If you think that picking fights is equal to boxing knowledge, that tells me all I need to know about your boxing knowledge. But I'm still gonna at least be suspicious that I might be wrong, right? So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt that maybe you do know more than I think. So here it is for my argument why Shakur Stevenson, that was a fair deal. At 130 disputed, he couldn't make 130 pounds. He lost his belt on the scale. He moved up, fought Yoshino in his very second fight at the new weight class, in which in his career he's now eaten himself out of two divisions and has in his whole career 3 title fights, and is saying that people are ducking him and he can't get fights. How are people going to duck? So now you get a title fight, or everyone saw how vulnerable. They see how he's weight drained. They saw the performance against Loma. He's literally sitting there saying that Loma won the fight. Why wouldn't you take that fight? So then, once you're undisputed, not only are you going to get paid to whoop that ass, then you have all the belts and nobody can duck you.
You know
Why
why?
wouldn't you take 25% for that?
You know why? What do we always hear fighters say nowadays? That fight can happen if it makes sense. When they say it makes sense, that means financially. I'm not just going to fight you
Cool.
just to fight you.
Yeah,
It's got to
I
make
got
sense.
you. I got it. So if you are looking at the bucks, right? If that's what you're incentivized is the money part of it, how are you saying people are ducking you?
So you think, like I said, what's the word I'm looking for? Low balling is a form of ducking. Say that a
I mean,
million
it's
times.
only low balling. It's only low balling to Shakur because Shakur doesn't care about what he says he cares about. Now all of a sudden he's a fucking businessman. That's the whole point of this thing. He wants to have it. He wants to eat his cake and have it too. He wants to talk about legacy. He wants to talk about how he's big and bad. He wants to talk about how he wins everybody. He wants to talk about how he can't get fights. But then when you ask him to do what it takes to get his fucking dreams come true, now all of a sudden you got to pay. The money's not right.
It's not. No.
Okay, well then stop
Any
crying
fight.
about how people are ducking you. Like I got you.
Yeah.
When Cepeda said the money
The
wasn't
fight
right,
got to make sense.
guess what they, hold up a second. When Cepeda said the money is not right, they called Cepeda a duck. And they're saying people are ducking Shakur. When Pitbull Cruz said Big Fister Fire got the Tank fight, people called him a duck. Now when it comes to Shakur, when he's talking about his money, everybody else ducking him.
I have a theory. Bud Crawford basically damn near got a 50-50 percentage with Earl Spence in the deal. Obviously Earl had to relent, but Bud was very adamant about getting that. So I feel like they're in Shakur's ear, like, get your worth. And in their eyes, and they're probably right, Shakur is worth more than 25%. If you want to say 35,
I have a theory.
Okay, 35. That's even 35 is more respectable. 40, 35 to 40, but 25%. That's some shit you offer like a Frank Martin or a Jermaine Ortiz.
I get you.
Not a two-weight division champion.
No, you don't offer them fights. Actually, you don't actually.
Well,
but that's a different discussion for another day. That's a different discussion for another day. I have a theory that both guys know that they're going to fight each other at 447 pounds because there's way more money in the fight later on as they develop and they turn into like the actual men that they're going to be and the fighters they're going to be, and they're betting on themselves while marinating a fight and fanning interest in the fight, right? Fanning the flames of fans' interest. How about that one?
Well,
in the fight, I think it's just marinating, right?
Okay, well, all I know about Devin Haney fans is one thing I've noticed about them is they love talking about how Shakur is ducking this certain fight, but they never actually say that Devin Haney can actually beat Shakur because they don't actually believe that. I think deep in your heart, y'all know he can't beat Shakur, and y'all know that.
Okay, cool. So I don't know about y'all. If you're talking to me, I think Devin beats the shit out of Shakur, just not at 135 pounds. Because I don't think Devin Haney can make 135 pounds anymore. But if he could still make 135 pounds, when Shakur Stevenson was down there bullying the likes of motherfucking Jamel Herring, Devin Haney would have mollywopped his ass back then. But the other part of this thing is I don't think Shakur is ducking. I think Shakur thinks he can win the fight also. But I think that both of these guys know that they make more money in the fight later on, and that's what they're
that
doing.
fight is not worth shit right now. But here's my point, and hear me out. Are we supposed to ignore that every person that gets interviewed that has sparred both of these fighters to a T, except one, the little Mongolian Mole, whatever his name is, has said that Shakur is a better fighter. Shakur would beat Devin. All of them. Now either Shakur and his people are paying these people to go on these interviews and say good things about Shakur, or maybe, just maybe, Shakur is just a better fighter than Devin Haney.
I have another alternative from your false dichotomy. Only the people that you heard. Meanwhile, there's probably way more people that saw the fight that hasn't said shit, and then other people said sometimes Shakur got the better of him, other times Devin Haney. Well, one of them is Shakur Stevenson.
No. I said sparring. I'm not talking about the sparring.
Yeah, I'm talking about sparring. That's all they've done. That's all they've done is sparring.
No. You didn't hear what I said, Smoke. I'm not talking.
Oh, you just telling me? Okay. I mean, I hear you, bro. Like, I mean, I get you. I get what you're saying now. You're just saying the people. You're saying the people pick Shakur. So what?
Yeah. So
Charlo literally bet on Spence.
I think we should take.
You see Ryan Garcia? You see how Ryan Garcia bet on Rolly? You see how Ryan Garcia bet on Rolly to beat Tank? Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Man, that's because he doesn't like Tank.
Like, listen. I don't typically like just call out like mirage fucking arguments and all this shit. But like, he has a really he's always talking about like crowdsourcing his opinion. It's a logical fallacy. I don't even tell you the Latin word for it, but basically, I'm just telling you this. Just because a whole bunch of people think it's the way so doesn't make it so.
Bro, these are not random people. These are fighters. These are fighters that have been in the ring
do it all the way. Fighters do this shit all the time.
These are fighters that have been in the ring with.
I got Ryan has been in the ring with Tank. He thought Rolly was going to beat Tank. He was not correct. Charlo's been in the ring with fucking Spence. He thought Spence. He's been in the he thought Spence was going to win. He was not correct.
No, hold up. You cannot use that example.
You can't. What I'm trying to tell you. Okay, hold up a second. Okay.
That's his best friend.
Okay, I get it. The three men make a tiger doesn't make it less three men make a tiger just because you appreciate the three men saying it. People will tell you all kinds of absurd fucking things. Your willingness to believe it just because a lot of people said it, that's on you. That doesn't make it true.
What about Kell Brook? Who did he pick?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you. Because he's actually been in the ring with both of them. He's not friends with either one of them niggas.
Okay, and then they both both Kell Brook and Sean Porter flip-flopped on it. Who was in both of those guys who were ringing both of you know who didn't say shit? Amir Khan. But what's the point of that?
I'm pretty sure Amir Khan.
Are you gonna now go? Are you gonna? I mean, I know you because that makes your point. That would make your point better, but it still doesn't make it any less of the logical fallacy that it is. It's just bad thinking.
No. My point is, look, it's one thing if like out of 10 people, let's say 6 pick Shakur and 4 pick Devin. Okay, then that's
the point is. I'm talking about your method is wrong. It doesn't matter. If all 10 people picked him, then it would make it less or more or less true. That's the point.
Because then there's a pattern. If 10
it
people,
doesn't matter. The pattern does not make it less true. If everybody if there's a billion Christians in the world, are you a Christian because of all the Christians in the world?
That's the stupid, bro. If 10 people say you're crazy,
got it. You know why?
Smoke. If 10 people come out and say you're crazy, bro, you might just be crazy, bro. They can't all be lying.
They all 10 people might be crazy. You might be talking to 10 crazy people.
When 20 women came out and said Bill Cosby did something to us, I believe that shit because there's no way all these women are lying.
Oh my God! Okay, they're talking about corroborating evidence about some shit that happened to them. They're not trying to predict something, a future event that hasn't happened to anybody.
Well, either way, like I said, they all.
That's not an either way. Like what the fuck is going on? Okay, bro.
No, they've been in the ring with both fighters. I feel like they're better
great.
Judges.
That doesn't mean great. That doesn't mean
take their words over Smoke, bro. Especially since
I don't say to take my word ever. You don't have to take my word ever. It doesn't matter how many ever I get wrong or right. And conversely, it doesn't matter how many they get wrong or right. It absolutely has no impact on the outcome of the fight.
Well, even Bill, we heard what Bill's daddy said. I mean, Devin's daddy said. He said, back in the day, like we would be happy just to get a shot off on Shakur. Does that sound like somebody
Because
who's
they started
confident in his
sparring when they
son?
were 13. Because they were started sparring when they were 13 and 14 respectively. By the time they were
He's saying there was
15,
a gap
it was
time.
yeah at that time. But then the gap wasn't like that, and
Shakur is
then the
much better than he
competition.
was back then.
I got you, but we're talking about the gap closing over time from when they're 13 and 14 years old.
Let's say they both.
So now neither one of them is 13 and 14 years old.
Let's say they're both improving at the
okay,
same
hold up
rate.
a second. You're not
Shakur
understanding.
would still be better by that logic.
If they're both improving at the same rate, if he caught him by 15, by the time they're 24 and 25, Devin would be way better.
Well, looking at the sparring footage, that doesn't say that he was beating his ass.
Well, I mean, I got it. I don't know what it is you're saying on the sparring footage. I don't know which sparring footage, but if it's the one that we all saw,
There's two of them.
pretty even. Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't think. I don't know which one.
Only the Haney fans say it's even. That should tell you something.
No, as a matter of fact, Shakur says it.
No, he didn't. He says, "Yeah."
You're just cherry picking data to like make it to both of your point, which is like whatever.
Mickey Bay,
I'm gonna get it right.
Devin Haney's
I get it right.
Mickey Bay, that's Devin Haney's people. You know that. He said, I watched Devin work with Crawford. I think he's damn near unbeatable. And he says, if I'm Devin Haney, I'm not fighting him at 135.
You just said that fight Devin Haney, but I wouldn't fight him at 135.
That's your own people, bro. Your own people know what's up.
I don't know what you mean. Listen, you just said Devin Haney twice. I know you mentioned Shakur, but just stop with the like because this guy said so that means he wins the fight.
They're gonna be acting like they surprised when Shakur watched this dude. But
no, I mean I got you. I mean I get you, bro. Like I wouldn't be surprised at all. They're both great fighters. I'm not picking Shakur. I wasn't surprised when Bud fucking watched Spence. I said that Bud would watch me, but if Spence, I literally said if Spence couldn't take Bud shots, it was going to be a wash. It wasn't going to be close, and it'd be over early.
I mean,
like it's not that surprised that he was correct because he couldn't take his punch. I said I thought he would be able to take his punch, but I said if he couldn't, then that's what we'd see. He couldn't take his punch. He got dropped in a second, and that's what we saw.
Was that really the biggest thing you saw in that fight, or maybe it was a skill gap?
I already knew the skill gap existed before. That was part of my analysis at the beginning.
And yet you picked Spence.
Yes, because I thought he could take his shot.
So you thought Spence was just going, just bully Crawford? Is that
no, I thought he could take his shot. I thought he wasn't going to like get dropped in the second and then be a bloody pope by the third or fourth. I thought he could take a shot better. Nobody else fucking looked like that when he fought Spence. So I mean, Bud. So why would I think that was gonna happen to Spence?
Styles make fights. Earl Spence is a basic.
Styles make fights. I didn't foresee that.
Like, but he kind of has a basic style.
I hear you. Like, so my point is, if I give both guys the benefit of the doubt, then that's what I expect to see. But I also understand that either thing could have happened. Perhaps Bud would not have been able to take Spence's shot, and he would have gotten mollywopped, or Spence couldn't take Bud's shot, and he would have got mollywopped. Both of those things could have happened.
If that would have happened,
but only one of them did happen. But only one of them did.
No, here's the difference. If Bud would have felt like he can't take Spence's power, he would have made adjustments and fought more defensively.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, I got it. I hear you.
Earl's adjustment was, you know what? He's catching me with these.
I hear you.
Hold on, let me finish. You never let people finish. Because you don't.
No, I just don't need to hear. I just don't need to hear counterfactual about them.
Yeah, of course, because you don't like the truth.
Bro. We already had the fight.
You don't like the truth.
I can say anything, but if Spence could have,
no, you need to learn why you got your choice wrong. You need to learn your mistake.
Why you fucked up. I already know why I got it. I got it. I already heard that thing. I already understand that.
Like Earl did.
I got it. Blah 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 blah. It could have been that I could easily say that if Spence wanted, if Spence didn't have a 15-month layoff. You keep telling me I'm 50. I'm not 50, but whatever. Okay, I could say I'm not 51 either. Stop trying to tell me what my age is.
Are you over 50?
Oh my God, dude! Stop worrying about my age.
No, I am worried.
Fucking hell! I know. Don't worry about it. It's not even. It doesn't matter.
Aren't you a grandpa? Smoke.
So, like I was saying, no, I'm not a grandfather. Okay, so I could say if Spence wasn't ring rusted, then he wouldn't look that way. The counterfactual doesn't matter. We saw what we saw.
No, the analysis of what happened and why it happened does matter. Spence showed garbage defense. no ability to adjust, even though he was getting his ass kicked. One of Crawford's easiest fights of his career. Okay, that's not just
Yeah,
styles, mate.
and that can be
Smart.
explained by can literally be explained by everyone.
So is his style so terrible that it allowed for like one of
the best fighters on the planet to beat him? Yes.
His style is so bad that even fucking who was that guy Terrence fought before previous Avanesian put up a better performance. So he's just got such a bad style matchup.
Or he's just ring rusted.
How he's ring rusted. Is that his style's so bad?
Or he was ring rusted.
So susceptible.
Or he was ring rusted
versus a good.
He could have been ring rusted, right?
Well, that's speculation.
You know, say it could have been ring rusted, right? It could. You could actually account for it without talking about his style at all.
Not really. That doesn't account for the lack of speed,
okay, whatever.
the lack of fight IQ.
Okay, since we've seen him be fast, since we've seen him use defense, then yeah, maybe you can talk about ring rust. So why would he be in this fight?
I always thought he looked nothing special anyway. I thought he was a good fighter.
I mean, I got you. I hear you. And you're an excellent judge of talent.
See, I don't need excuses because I picked it right.
And I know, but you give him all the time. You give him all the time. Holy shit, who cares? Goddamn, nobody cares, dude.
And now I don't need to.
Okay, hold up a sec. I get you.
Maybe he had a
headache.
I
got it.
No,
I get it. Confirmation bias.
No.
You put in a pressure fighter.
I get it. You got it right. You got it right. Cool. You got it right. You got the result correct. So the fuck what?
Hey, what happened to your boy versus Nui? What happened to your boy versus Nui? How'd that pick go?
Not how I picked it.
With a guy who thinks Terrence Crawford can beat Benavidez. Why am I even taking you seriously? I don't know. I must be fucking bored.
Wait. What? He thinks Terrence Crawford can beat Benavidez?
Yeah.
I didn't say Terrence Crawford can beat Benavidez. He just doesn't know how to think.
No, you said
doesn't know how to think. That's correct. If I don't know who's going to win, that's not.
That means you.
Well, you just said I said he could beat him.
That means
you said. Okay, so now you're lying. So do you not understand? Do you not? You think he's not capable?
Crawford is capable of beating.
Yes, I think he's capable of beating Benavidez.
Okay, yeah, I don't take you seriously.
That doesn't mean that I would pick him to beat Benavidez.
I didn't say that.
Well, then you just did say that. You just literally said that I said that Terrence Crawford could beat Benavidez.
You think it's a serious possibility?
I didn't say that either. I didn't say that. I didn't say that either. I said I don't know.
You don't know who would win. That's the inference.
That's not me saying that I do know who's going to win. Like the way that you keep making it like it seems like I said. I literally said I don't know. You keep asking me saying I do know.
That means the other guy is a strong
I don't know who's going to win. That's all it means is I don't know who's going to win. That's all it means.
That means you think Crawford can beat him. That's the logical.
Correct. I already said that.
If he didn't think
not that he will beat them, but he could beat him. Yes, he could beat him.
And a very likely, very strong possibility.
No, I didn't say any of that shit. He could beat him. That's it. I don't know who wins.
If he had a 1% chance, you wouldn't say. I
didn't say anything about that shit. I said he could win. I don't know who wins the fight.
You don't know. Okay, the fact you don't know means it's a fucking toss-up. That's comical. So shut the fuck up.
Okay, it could be a toss-up.
Okay, that's it. That's why I can't take you seriously. No offense, okay?
I don't care what you take serious. I don't know why you keep telling me what you think. I keep telling you that I don't care, and you keep telling me anyway.
And I'm going to keep telling you, okay?
Okay, great. I don't care, though. I will never care what you think.
Well, I'm going to just keep repeating it, because I think you do care.
I mean, I got you. I just won't care ever, though. I don't.
All right.
Knock yourself out. I won't ever care, though.
Hey, John, man, come on the stream. Hey, what happened? Are we done? Dirk, you still there?
Yeah, Rap will let you on and ramble on about nothing.
Come on, big bitch. John Smith, I'll tag team you into.
Yeah, come on, big bitch. Yeah, come on, big bitch. Oh yeah, he needs help. Mirage needs your help. He's calling him.
No, this is like tag team wrestling, you know.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, all right, yeah.
And you let the other guy come in and finish you off. That's how it works.
I mean, you got the easy work twins, sure. Tweedledee and Tweedle dumbass. But yeah, man, like it's not like Benavidez. Yeah, he's all right. He's pretty. He's cool. He's decent. He's just not special.
Who?
David Benavidez.
No, you were talking about somebody else. Shakur.
No, I'm definitely no. I said Benavidez is cool. He's just not special.
Oh.
I don't know why you're trying to tell me what I'm talking about, dude. Like you're just not right ever. Do you?
No, I wasn't. I
Do you
didn't hear
delight in
you.
being wrong?
Calm
I know
down.
you didn't, but that's and you still try
A
to tell
lot
me
of
what I meant.
that's cool, but a lot of fighters, pro fighters, current or retired, think he is special. I was actually watching an interview with Zab Judah yesterday. He goes, "Man, that kid's special."
No, he's not.
Okay, well, we're going to see.
I mean, we already have, haven't we?
How at 26 years old, like his career's over. 27 fights. That's it.
I mean, you can't tell after 27 fights if a guy's special. Like, how many fights did it take you to see if a guy's special?
No, I can tell, but you need to be convinced further.
Okay, then why you keep saying to be convinced further? I just said he's not special. I'm making a positive affirmation, a positive statement that he's not special. I don't need to be. I don't need to see him anymore.
Okay,
I've seen enough to make my determination that he's not special.
Cool. So when did you decide Canelo was special? What point of his career?
So, I've always had a question about Canelo, and I still kind of do. He's like borderline. He's always been a borderline guy. There's an Austin Trout fight that I thought it was like kind of borderline. It was just I liked what I saw from him, but the open scoring was kind of weird. Austin Trout was pretty good. He still got dropped. He was a young kid. I mean, I was all right. You know what? Even going in the Mayweather fight, I thought he was special. That's cool. Yeah.
But you understand those fights. They were like his 42nd pro fight. That was his 42nd pro fight. David's had 27 fights.
So what? I didn't see most of Canelo's fights. I've seen most of David Benavidez's fights. Most of Canelo's fights took place in Mexico that nobody fucking watched.
Yeah, but Devin
Haney is the same thing. Like just because you go to Mexico and fight a bunch of guys to get when you don't have amateur careers, maybe this is just about you don't understand how fighters develop. Like guys who go to Mexico and spend a bunch of time fighting cans that you never heard of to develop their thing because they didn't have an extensive amateur career. That is a different state. That is different than guys like Kishigo or Loma.
Yeah, but David never had an amateur career either.
Right. I don't think he's correct. Huh. You're starting to hit on like why I don't think he's special. I don't think he has the training. I don't think he has the attributes. I think he's like a tweener. He's like a big. He throws a lot of shots. He can take his shot.
He became a
pretty good shot. He's developing his craft.
He became world champion at a younger age than Canelo in half as many fights, but you've written him off as not special.
Yeah, right. Because the 168-pound division was fucking trash.
Well, all that matters is who you fought. Like,
I got you, but that's the point I'm making. When I said the division was trash, that is a testament of who he's fighting. That's why I'm saying that's why Canelo's resume is way fucking better than
we got to compare them like the same stages, not like
I don't know. There's no same stages. At 23 years old, he was a unified champion. Something David Benavidez had never been.
Like 40, and he had like 40 something fights.
Oh, right, and he already had Hall of Famers on this shit too.
Yeah, 40-year-old Mosley.
You keep talking about the.
Yeah.
He also had Floyd Mayweather on his fight. By the time he was 26 years old, he had 2 Hall of Famers on his resume. One's an all-time great.
Cool, and he got his ass.
I got you. I hear you. And guess what? And the same thing's gonna happen to David Benavidez when he steps in against somebody who's way better than him.
Well, the thing is,
like Canelo.
Yeah, but he's got to take the fight to prove that.
I got you. I agree with you. I agree with you. Listen, that's not a point in contention there, Miraji. Yeah. The point is, who gives a fuck about that fight outside of David Benavidez fans? What's really weird about it is Jose Benavidez. Jose Benavidez is a guy.
We get to that point where
blah blah blah. I got you. You keep saying Oh my God!
Every motherfucker's calling for that fight.
Yeah, everybody in your bubble. Everybody in your bubble.
Everywhere. Yeah. YouTube
And everybody
bubble,
in your bubble. No, everybody in
which
your
has
bubble.
like a
I get
billion
you. You
people
always
on
do
it.
this whole. I get you. All right, you got a billion people in your bubble. Sure, you do.
That's the thing. Every
Oh my
motherfucker in
God!
boxing, when interviewed, who do you want to see Canelo fight? It's always Benavidez. So it's not just the fanboys like me.
Okay, unless they say unless it's David Morrell, unless it's David Morrell, unless it's
No, they don't
B-ball
say
beef.
David Morrell. They don't say David Morrell.
They do.
Okay, I watched a lot of
Unless it's
interviews.
B-ball, unless it's better beef.
Look,
I guess
I
everybody is
haven't
not
heard
saying the same
one
thing.
person.
I guess you
I
just.
haven't
I
heard
guess
one
your thing is just a really small little slice of pond. Like I said,
No,
David
it's huge.
Benavidez fanboys and the David Benavidez fanboy
It's bigger
chat
than yours.
rooms. Sure, David Ben.
Sure.
That's the only people that they want to see him
What
fight.
about
But
on these
Canelo
channels?
fans,
What
for
about on
instance,
these channels?
yes.
Okay.
What do you mean
What
these
about
channels?
these channels that we
On
hang
this
out
channel
on?
right here.
Even,
On this channel right
yeah.
here.
I haven't heard
I am a
anybody
person
say
on
they
this
want to
channel.
see Canelo
Okay,
fight Morrell next.
so open your ears. I wouldn't mind if Canelo fought David Morrell. I don't know how he's going to fight him next because he already has a fight, but he could fight him at any fucking point. He could have fought him instead of Charlo, and I think everybody would be happier that he fought
No,
David
but
Morrell instead of four.
nobody's calling for that fight. That's the point.
I get you. You keep saying nobody's calling for it. You said you
I
didn't
haven't seen
hear it,
anybody.
even though
Yeah.
I just said it. You just heard me say it.
Okay.
And you
You're
agree
the
with it
first
too.
person. No, not even you said
And
it.
you agree with it too. But you agree with
You
it.
said I wouldn't mind.
And you agree. You literally just agree. Correct. And you agree. You wouldn't mind either.
I'd like to see him fight Morrell as well, but not next.
Correct. Because everyone thinks that. I think it. So I don't know what the argument is. But anyway, that's not even the point.
The argument
The point is Benavidez is a guy. If you were to say who are the top two guys that you want Canelo to fight, right? Let's say the top.
He's the number one dude.
He's the number one
dude. He's the number
one. No, the number one dude would be B-ball.
Dude, nobody
people would rather see
everybody was saying the opposite. Everybody was saying, I don't want to see the rematch because we saw the fight already. You were so detached from reality. Everybody was saying, I don't want that fight. Where the fuck did you get the idea? Everybody was demanding a Bivol rematch, which was an uncompetitive first fight. What the fuck are you talking about? See, this is what you wanted. I'm talking about what the sentiment is from the boxing world. You see, you're in your own bubble. That's what I'm telling you. You still there? Yeah. You need to expand your horizons. Go and see what the people are talking about. Fucking, they were saying the opposite. Fuck the Bivol fight. Nobody gave a fuck. You there, chump? Oh, thank fuck. Yeah. Who the fucking chat wanted to see Canelo fight Bivol next for the rematch? Well, one person? This is what happens when you live in your own world. All you know is your own thoughts. And because you're so arrogant, you don't expand your mind at all. Because you know best. Is anybody else going to come on or what? Hey, Smoke, you better not run away. Don't give me no fucking excuses like your battery's dead. Bullshit ass excuse. Who the fuck muted my mic?